today. Be your bet today. No regrets on 3. 1, 2, 3. No regrets. All good. No break.
Taking himself, and Thorson's running, and he's got open field in front of him. And this is going to be a touchdown run for...
He's going, and he's going to go all the way to the end zone.
No regrets on 3. 1, 2, 3. No regrets.
Jack's going to be chased, holds on to the football, and that is going to be brought down without a helmet all the way back into Logan.
A rather gloomy Saturday night here at Wheaton College, but the forecast not calling for more showers as two teams on opposite ends of the CCIW about to meet each other. It's the 13th ranked Wheaton Thunder at 4-1 going up against the Carthage Firebirds at 1-4. Hello from the booth alongside Noah Husted. I'm Aiden Kong. The Thunder coming off a resounding 61-6 W over Elmhurst. Noah, what really impressed you the most about the Thunder's performance?
Thank you, Aiden. Resounding is a good way to describe that one. 61-6, not close at any point in that game. The Thunder offense led by Henry Brown with a huge day as he has his first ever 100-yard game in his career, along with a nice 3 touchdowns. Meanwhile, the defensive end, which completely shut down Elmhurst from the jump, led by the linebacker duo of McClung and Eller. McClung with 10 tackles, Eller with 5, but a pick on his way.
Yeah, an impressive performance by that Thunder's defense after back-to-back games, giving almost over 600 rushing yards, but only allowing 23 rushing yards in that performance. Meanwhile, we turned over to the Carthage Firebirds, obviously coming off a very tough loss, 35-20, and obviously coming in as big underdogs. Noah, what do the Firebirds have to do if they're going to have a chance to pull off this upset?
Yes, certainly big underdogs, as you could tell from the standings within the CCIW, with Wheaton coming in now tied for second, and Carthage near the bottom at 8th. Now, the Carthage Firebirds have a lot of young talent that they're trying to develop here. If they're going to pull off a victory, it's going to have to come off of the defense led by Chris DeVito.
Okay, we don't hear it. We don't hear it out here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the technical difficulties. Due to the technical difficulties, we are not going to have the national anthem. We apologize.
We apologize, as there seems to have been some technical difficulties here at the start of play, but regardless, we're going to play on. And so let's get back to the matchup at hand here. Carthage coming in with a young group on offense, but the defense has shown some signs of life here in the last 2 weeks, as they've had 2 close games between their win over Elmhurst and the close loss to North Park. Chris DeVito, their star linebacker, the senior this year, came into the week in the top 10 in all of Division III with 11 tackles for loss. And if they're going to have any shot against the Thunder, he's going to need to have a big day today.
Before we continue to preview the teams, we'll take it down to the field for the coin toss. And while we're getting ready for the coin toss, Noah, Obviously, it's been raining throughout this entire week, including today. How do you expect the weather to play into a factor in this game?
Skyline is tails. I will flip it, let it hit the ground. What's your call? Tails is called. It's tails. You won the toss. Carthage has won the toss and will defer to the second half. Wheaton will receive.
All right, so the Thunder looking to receive the ball to start the game on offense here. You asked about the weather. That's a great question. It's a gloomy Saturday, as you mentioned. The rain has mostly stopped, although there's still a light drizzle, which we might see throughout. That will certainly have some impact on the passing capabilities of the Thunder and the Firebirds as well. Wheaton comes in looking likely to take advantage of the passing game. They are the second best in the conference within passing yards, passing completion percentage, passing efficiency. Meanwhile, Carthage on the complete other end of that defensively, as they are dead last against the pass in CCIW matchups. So we'll see how effectively the Thunder are able to take advantage of that mismatch due to the slippery conditions.
And you're talking about that passing game. Ben Thorson so far has played extremely well. Obviously, he's not Will Bowers from last season, but he's completed 69.3% of his passes, which is first in the CCIW, 17th in Division III, and he'll have plenty of toys to play with tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. It's tough to come in and replace Will Bowers after such an exceptional season, but as you mentioned, Thorson combined with his receivers Ben Bonga, Caleb Titherington, and Seth Kortenhoven have certainly had a great start to the season.
About set and ready for this one. It was only 2 weeks ago that it was 80 degrees and we were complaining how hot it is. And now, fall break here at Wheaton College. Leaves are turning orange and we're about set and ready for this Saturday night matchup. And let's roll. As Jack Allen going to let that one go into the end zone for the touchback. And he'll bring out this Thunder's offense. As you said, a really impressive bunch. They can throw it, they can pass it, but obviously a lot of credit has to go to Giovanni Weeks and how well he's played so far this season. Absolutely.
Giovanni Weeks is Wheaton football. Everyone else is obviously having great roles, but I mean, if you think of Wheaton football, if you've watched any game over the last 3 years, you've watched Gio Weeks. Any record you can think of, he holds it, and he's going to look to keep adding to those record books today.
Yeah, 2 rushing touchdowns last time against Elmhurst, which broke Chuck Shanehair's record for the most career rushing touchdowns. They start from their own 25. First down and 10. Thorson operating out of the shotgun. And they'll look to throw through the air. Thorson fires, and the pass is caught. A huge play on the first gain and still going into Carthage territory and brought down at the 46-yard line. It's Ben Bonga.
Absolutely. We mentioned that Wheaton's going to take advantage of that passing game, and look what they did on the first play, finding Bonga for the big gain. And as we watch in this replay, Bonga with the toughness, the legs keep driving. He refuses to go down, picks up those extra 6 yards after contact. It's a great start for the Thunder.
Now already at the Firebird 46-yard line. Seth Kortenhoven, very talented receiver in motion. They'll look through the air once again. It's Kortenhoven on that swing pattern far side. Kortenhoven dragged down at about the 44-yard line. Short gain of 2 yards for him.
That's a nice wrap-up tackle there from the safety, Adarius Walton. As we see on the replay, if Kortenhoven's able to get a little more space, he can have it, but number 10 coming in, drags him down to hold it to a short gain.
Kortenhoven, 2 receiving touchdowns, also had that long punt return for a touchdown, so 3 touchdowns last week against Elmhurst. And now from the 44-yard line. And once again, third straight drop back for Ben Thorson, who fires in traffic, and the pass is going to be incomplete. Ben Bonga in the area, and will bring up third down.
Certainly looking to stay aggressive on the passing game here. Thorson just a little bit off. You can see his shoulders a little too high as he releases that pass to Bonga. The defensive back celebrating as though he broke it up, which is as defensive backs like to do, even when they really had nothing to do with that play.
It's third down now and 8. Thunder must get to the Carthage 36-yard line. As the Thunder 7 of 12 last week on third down conversions opening drive. And once again, looking to throw here is Thorson. Fires, pass is caught. He'll move the chains. Another grab for Ben Bonga. And another first down for Wheaton.
Fantastic separation there from Bonga on the hitch route. You see he's running full speed and completely fools this cornerback here as he has a nice cutback and is wide open for a good 20-yard gain there once again.
He'll now move the ball, it looks like at about the 21-yard line. And Thunder knocking on the door in the red zone. Giovanni Weeks in the game. It's first down and 10. Thorson once again on the run pass option, and on the far side that's going to be caught and still rumbling all the way down to the 10-yard line. Once again, Bonga's third catch of the drive.
We can see here why Carthage has struggled so much on the pass. They have number 20 there. The linebacker comes up way too aggressively, biting on the run, leaves his flat wide open. That's his zone that he needs to cover, and it leaves Bonga wide open once again.
First down and goal from the 10. It's 7th play of the drive, and so far the Thunder with a lot of rhythm, moving the ball with ease. They've not ran the ball at all so far. It's all been passing. It's Ben Bonga in motion. And Thorson looking through the air, throws for the end zone. The pass is going to be incomplete. It was intended for Ben Bonga, could not hook up with him, and the first incompletion for Thorson.
Things looked out of rhythm here. Thorson throwing off of his back foot, just a little off. There might have been some miscommunication between the routes run here. Not a ton of pressure, but certainly the most that he's faced so far, as the defensive end was able to get past the tackle and force Thorson to step up and throw off of his back foot there.
Second down and 10 now from the 10. And maybe the Thunder will be neglected to just run the football here with Giovanni Weeks, one of the best running backs in the country, and they will do exactly that. Weeks. And a lot of tacklers there as he pretty much goes nowhere.
Yeah, as we mentioned, that matchup between Weeks and DeVito, we get our first real look at it here. DeVito, number 6, breaks through the double team and drags Weeks back. Not sure if there's quite a tackle for loss, but it's pretty close, which is something that he's done exceptionally well.
DeVito with 16 tackles last week against North Park currently leads the team with 55, as we talked about at the top of the broadcast, leads all Division III with 8.4 solo tackles per game, as well as 11 tackles in this one. Third down and 9. Thunder would love to score here and not stall in the red zone. Here is Thorson, fires middle, and it's going to be caught for the touchdown. It's the freshman tight end Griffin Kropp in for his first score, his first catch of the season. And how about that for 6?
That's a great way to start off your Wheaton College catching career, I guess I would say. 87 there, able to find a nice open space on the crossing route, and Thorson connects with him. The Wheaton Thunder continue to stay incredibly efficient on their red zone scoring percentage.
And how about that opening drive for the Thunder, just marching it right down the field, and it's the freshman tight end Kropp who scores. And Coach Scott has been high on him. Look at the numbers, 6'5", 220. He has a promising future here at Wheaton.
You can absolutely understand why they're high on him there. As we see on this play here on the replay, he's able to just suck that ball into his chest, and there's nothing that the defenders can do. He crosses his face, and once you're in the red zone like that, if you're in front of him, you're in for 6.
Kropp's catch wraps off an 8-play, 75-yard drive that started from their own 25, and the Thunder with a promising start here. As we beat Bryce Lowe and the Carthage offense now to receive the ball.
The Carthage return team thus far this year primarily led by number 30, the freshman Isaiah Bird. He's had a couple of solid returns, including a touchdown, a 99-yard return touchdown just a few weeks ago against Elmhurst. See how the Thunder look to keep a hold of him here.
It'll be Josh Winnan to send it away. We'll see if Carthage wants to play it, and they indeed will play it. As the returner wraps him up at about the 24-yard line, that's where we'll see Bryce Lowe and his offense start out.
Solid return here out of Carthage from the wide receiver, Jalik Barnes. Now, the Carthage offense coming out onto the field, they've struggled for sure to start the year, but if they're going to get something going, they're likely going to try to go with the pass to try to catch up with this Wheaton offense that's scored on its first drive.
Here's Lowe operating out of the shotgun, and it'll be a handoff stretch far side and all the way plowing up to the 28-yard line.
Good rush there from Bryce Frank, their lead back. Frank leads the team in rushes and yards, as you would expect here. He's a solid physical runner, not going to blow you away with his speed, but as we saw there, he can hit a hole just fast enough to drag a few defenders with him for a few yards.
28 rushing yards for Bryce Frank, as well as 68 receiving yards last week against North Park. That was a gain of 5, second down and 5 from the 28-yard line. Here's Lowell looking to throw. He'll go to Bryce Frank out of the backfield, and Frank still on his feet. Now down the sidelines. Oh, he trucks the defender to the north. What a play. Carthage fired up after that last sequence there.
Yeah, we mentioned he's a physical runner, and you could see it on this truck here. Frank catches the ball on the outside, and he just beats McClung. And then it's one-on-one him against a safety, and that safety lived to regret it. That was Clay Campbell just getting bowled over there.
Wow.
That's not one he's going to want to revisit in film tomorrow.
So be from now the 46-yard line. That's a way to go up against this defense. Can't be afraid to shy away from contact. Now, it'll be Bryce Frank in motion. They'll throw to him. Not a good throw. That's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, looking like they want to ride Bryce Frank the same way that the Thunder were with Bonga here. Once again, trying to get him out in open space. Quarterback just can't quite connect with him, as Lowe throws about 2 steps in front of where Frank was at the time. Luckily for them, not a backwards pass, as the Thunder could have picked that one up and taken it home for 6.
Yeah, very lucky. It was not a lateral. Instead, incomplete. Second down and 10. This time they empty out the backfield. Lowe operating out of the shotgun. And here is Lowe looking to throw on a 4-man rush. Going to dial up the deep ball downfield, and the pass.
What a catch.
Carthage says it's a catch, and they indeed do roll it a catch. What a play made by Earl Jackson.
Earl Jackson, the freshman receiver here, not even having his height and weight listed on the roster, but he's here to make an impact. That is an awkward-looking throwing motion from Lowe as he faces some pressure and kind of sidearms it, but he's able to find Franklin right on the sideline there, Jackson right on the sideline there for a good gain.
I was able to get it right by Clay Campbell, and it now has the Firebirds at the 28-yard line on this opening drive. RPO and a handoff right up the middle. Here comes a big hole and still going. It's Earl Jackson who now runs the ball. He can do both catch and run the ball, and another first down for the Firebirds.
Yeah, Jackson seems to be a pretty big dual threat for the Firebirds here. The true freshman, 6 foot 195. He's had some rushes, had some passes, and already looking to be a real factor here with his speed in this game.
Now from the 14-yard line for the Firebirds opening drive. This time a toss pass and looking for some space, but the Thunder defense able to corral him. Doing no gain there.
That is the Thunder defense that we've come to expect here. Johnny Eller just flying through that hole. He saw what the running back was hoping to fill and just beat him to the ball. And right there, Eller picks up a nice tackle for loss as it's 2nd and 11. And the Thunder need another big play here to shut down the Firebirds.
Dante Riccardi, who was on that receiving end, losing 2 yards, 2nd down and 12. Really the only negative play for the Firebirds so far. As you have Earl Jackson in motion, Lowe going to throw his way, and the pass is going to be caught in a lot of space outside and brought down inside the 10. It was Jordan Wiles who came up with the play.
We mentioned at the start that Carthage has struggled in the passing game, and it looks like they've got a different strategy here. We're going to find short, quick passes, get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, and see if we can't find some open space gains here, which has been very effective against this Thunder defense in the opening drive.
Firebirds 10 of 20 on 3rd downs last week against North Park. They faced 3rd and 5 from the Thunder 9-yard line. Here is Lowe looking to throw. Pass is going to be caught, or is it?
Caught at the 1-yard line.
Once again, Jordan Wiles comes up with the grab. Ref finally signals catch.
Now it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. That is a tough spot for the Thunder defense. Another quick pass to get out of the quarterback's hands. You see Carthage looking to get rid of the ball as fast as possible.
1st down and goal from the 1. It'll be a handoff. And trying to plow his way into the end zone, but really nowhere to go on that play. For Earl Jackson, under defense stiffing there.
That's a great job. Just keep on driving your legs from the defensive side. We see right there Isaac Parrish refusing to lose that matchup. In a one-on-one, the junior defensive end absolutely will not give up that touchdown.
2nd down and goal now from the 1. And look at this, a new quarterback, William Zervin, is in the game, and he'll take it himself. Zervin, nowhere to go. The Thunder defense not fooled at all with the dual threat capabilities.
Yeah, Zervin is a quarterback, but is much more of a wildcat option for the Firebirds. He could not find open space there. The blockers were not able to quite get around. The defensive end there couldn't hook block him. And once that happened, Zervin kind of was stuck in the mud.
Bryce Lowe comes back into the game, 3rd down and goal. And Noah, if the Firebirds are not able to get anything, do you consider going for it on 4th down?
To keep up with the Thunder, they'll have to.
And now throw for the end zone, and the pass. Is it caught is the question. They say yes, it is a touchdown. What a play made by Jordan Wiles to respond.
Yeah, and just a fantastic catch there. Carthage finding the end zone for a quick drive. This matchup has been an offensive showcase so far. Not exactly what you were expecting as Carthage lines up for the extra point.
Eric Antoways to kick the extra point. Ooh. And it is good. So the Thunder on their opening drive take it to the house. Meanwhile, the Firebirds on their opening drive able to respond. It's Jordan Wiles off the pass from Bryce Lowe.
Finds their matchup one-on-one with the linebacker there. And, finds a matchup with the safety, Dimitri Cannon. Cannon bites on the inside move and isn't quite able to recover in time as they catch it right over his head.
Obviously, the Firebirds, they know they're underdogs, but they're playing with some swag. Essentially, house money on the line. They've already lost to WashU. They've already got embarrassed by North Central, but they came here to play so far.
Absolutely. The Thunder have a very real opponent here in the Carthage Firebirds. They can't underestimate. They have to come out and respond here, and that's hopefully going to start for them with a big return from either Kortenhoven or Allen. Allen already has a big 70-yard return here. They'd love to see something like that in this one.
And the return by Jack Allen. Let's see if he can get some space. Allen still up on his feet. And it looks like he's going to be brought down at about the 28-yard line. That's where we'll see the Thunder on their 2nd drive of the day.
Thunder here, likely going back to that pass. I mean, it's what got them the first touchdown. It is the biggest mismatch that we have in this game is the Thunder pass offense against the Carthage pass defense. Lining up here with 3 receivers now out on the left side. Would not be surprised to see them try to target one of those on a crossing route here.
Ben Baga to the top of your screen. Seth Kortenhoven, who's been amazing, to the bottom of your screen. And this time it will be a carry. Giovanni Weeks gets across the 30. Swarm of Firebirds there to bring him down.
Yes, Carthage also thinking the same thing, trying to defend that pass. They've spread the linebackers out so far to try to match up with the 3 receivers that they have no one there to stop Weeks as he takes a solid 6-yard gain to open up the drive.
That was Michael Snee, the first man who made the play, but Weeks continued to keep the legs churning. 2nd down and 4 from the 33-yard line now. Here's Thorson, RPO. They'll set it up with Ben Juska. Juska's got some space, and there goes the tight end plowing all the way near the 49-yard line. Only the 11th catch for Juska, still searching for his first 100-yard game, but a really nice play there.
Yeah, the All-American from last year hasn't quite found his footing to the same degree this year, but that's a great way to start him off. Easy catches and get him up in open space. Not a ton of teams have tight ends who you want matched up in open space, but the Thunder have such an athlete in Juska that it works out very well here.
Thunder still at their own 48-yard line, but they've been moving the ball so far on both drives. Got stacks to the bottom of your screen. Here is Thorson looking to throw. Ben Thorson going to dial up the deep ball for Ben Bonga, but the pass is incomplete, just out of the outstretched arms of his receiver.
Have to see what this flag is here, but love the aggressiveness from Thorson here. Steps up in the pocket with the pressure and has a nice clean ball. He's just a step or two off.
Pass interference. Defense, number 1. 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
That helps explain that step or two off, as it looks like Bonga was grabbed there by the corner, Jalik Barnes. So, ball keeps moving for the Thunder even when they don't make the catch, and we'll continue to see this offense move.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Firebirds match up. Again, Ben Bonga, typically seen as that number 1 receiver, but Seth Kornhoven has really excelled at that number 2 option. And don't forget Ben Juska. He might be quiet, but he's still a really good playmaker.
Absolutely.
It'll be Ben Juska to motion. A handoff goes. It'll be Giovanni Weeks. But really nowhere to go for Weeks, taken down at the 35-yard line.
Once again, that matchup between Weeks and Chris DeVito. Weeks gets the ball and looks to have a hole, but DeVito recovers off of a nice, he's getting double teamed here, and he shoulders that block, dips underneath it, and wraps up the legs to make a nice tackle.
Garrett Warner also getting in for the Firebirds, the senior. 2nd down and 7 from the 34-yard line. And it'll be Thorson rolling to his left, throws, passes, caught, and somehow still bouncing off the tackle and still trying to go. It is Juska, but tackled right there. And you saw Isaiah Bird fired up after that play.
That was, first of all, a great hit right at the start. You got to wrap him up, but I mean, what a hit to start it off. And Juska staying on his feet was solid, but the rollout didn't exactly pan out the way the Thunder were hoping for.
So it's now 3rd down and 6 from the 33-yard line. And possibly 4-down territory for the Thunder, as it would be about a 51-yard field goal if the Thunder can't get anything here.
Yes, absolutely. Too close to punt, too far to kick.
Yep, and starting that no man's land, especially here in college football. Jack Allen in motion. Here is Thorson, only a 4-man rush. Fires, and the pass is going to be caught. Caleb Titherington able to move the chains for the first down.
First down, correction, a 4th and real short. We will get to see that. It is a great route run by Titherington, just barely pulled out by DeVito, making the down-saving tackle. Thunder in a 4th and short here would make the most sense to rely on their star here, the running back. He's tough, and he's tough to bring down, so I would love to see Gio Weeks just plow through here and pick up the first.
I thought from my vantage point he picked up the first down, but nope, 4th and 2 yards. That was way off. And we'll see on the ground game, Giovanni Weeks trying to bounce it to the outside. Nowhere to go, though, as that Carthage defense absolutely stepping up. Jared Routh there to make the play for the Firebirds.
Yeah, the Sam linebacker, Jared Routh, coming in. Weeks trying to bounce it outside, and Routh completely sheds the block and has a just fantastic tackle off of the star, Gio Weeks. Routh picking up his 4th tackle for loss on the season, and now he gets to bring the offense out onto the field for the Redbirds.
What a play for the Firebirds. Thunder were moving the ball. They were short on 3rd down, and they try to run it with Giovanni Weeks, but Routh with an excellent play to force the turnover on down. Now here is Lowe looking to throw, fires down the sideline. The catch is made, and it'll be a first down far side.
It's a great recognition of the defense there from the quarterback. He sees that the Thunder are blitzing off the middle linebacker, which leaves the Sam with so much space in the open field that he has to cover. They find it just past his reach and just in front of the deep corner, and then able to pick up a nice open 15 yards for the first down.
It was Gibson Groves, by the way, who made the catch. 8th grab of the season now for Groves. And now from the 43-yard line, here's Lowe throwing out of the backfield, and the pass is going to be caught and getting yards after the grab and out of bounds.
Thunder are going to have to figure out a way to counter this quick outside pass that the Carthage Firebirds have been looking to run. It's a linebacker's matchup on the running back, but he's got to also first read the quarterback. Leaves him in a tough spot to have to sprint out to the outside, especially when the ball was in the middle of the field like that, and make that tackle.
It was Bryce Frank who made the grab. And a gain of 5. Seems like Lowe loves to go to that flat and just dump it off to the running back and get yak yards after grab. From the 48-yard line, here is Lowe, throws to the flats once again. That pass is caught and a form tackle is made.
It's a great job from the corner, Riley Schwartz there. It's one-on-one. You have to make this play as there's great pressure from the line, and he just takes out the receiver who was ruled down. It doesn't matter if his knee really was because the ref said that it was. And so now it's 3rd and medium, which is a tough spot for the offense.
Peter Orlandino immediately taken down, 3rd down and 5. Here is Lowe, looking to throw. Lowe once again dumps it off and looking for the first down. Can the move be made? Down the sidelines. I think he's going to be short, though, as once again, it was Jordan Wiles who has that touchdown grab, and it brings up 4th down.
This time it's Virgil Cannon that's matched up with Frank, and he is not quite able to bring him down at first, but he's got help. That's why you have 11 men on defense, able to force the punt here from the Firebirds.
So after getting 1 first down, the Firebirds going to send it right back to the Thunder. It'll be Eric Antois, who operates both as the kicker and the punter, to send it away. Seth Kornhoven for the Thunder deep to receive. As Kornhoven takes it from his own 16, and let's see what Seth Kornhoven can do, trying to get some space. Kornhoven still on his feet, and he's finally dragged down to the 43-yard line. The Thunder love that play.
It's a great return from Kornhoven, and one of the stranger things you see, there's not many Carthage Firebirds out there to start off with. They didn't get off the ball very well, and that gives Kornhoven enough open space for a good, solid 20-yard return, and puts Wheaton in a much better field position to start off this next drive.
Yeah, now they start from their own 43-yard line. They've been able to move the ball, obviously stood up on that 4th down and 2 play. And it will be a handoff right up the middle. There goes Giovanni Weeks, first down, and a lot more. Look at him drag defenders, all showing off the strength all the way down to the 25.
My goodness, Giovanni Weeks. Started off talking about that strength, and he absolutely showed it here with the dragging. But let's start off this play with the speed. Look at how quickly Weeks gets the ball and hits this hole. It's just such a quick moment. He has 2 guys that he has to beat, and he does, and then he just drags this poor man for a good 10 yards. That is a great run from Giovanni Weeks.
Yeah, Jalee Barnes was like, man, this guy's so strong. What a play all the way now to the 25. And now here's Thorson looking to throw. Thorson going to air it out for the end zone. The pass is incomplete for Jack Allen as it was overthrown. And Allen a little bit slow to get up.
As we watch on this replay here, once again, the defensive end able to get a little bit of pressure. Thorson has an open man, but first down, that's all right. You have plenty of other options trying to take a deep shot there.
So now bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Under 491 yards last week, very balanced, 244 rushing, 247 passing. And only 1 turnover so far this season. They'll give it to Giovanni Weeks. Weeks cutting it back. And Giovanni Weeks, he's right there at the first down stick.
Weeks apparently offended he didn't get much action in the first drive. He's here to make his statement now, taking plenty of long runs in this drive here.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, what a quick end to the first quarter. Thunder and the Firebirds tied up at 7, but the Thunder knocking on the door here at McCauley Stadium. And by the way, Timothy Financial Counsel is proud to support Wheaton College Athletics. Their offices in Wheaton and Chicago have financial planners who are very invested in the Wheaton community and want to help clients plan for the future. Interested in learning more about how hourly financial planning can help you? Check out their website at timothyfinancial.com. And let's go around the CCIW as the last couple of games being wrapped up here. Augustana defeating WashU 35-17, a huge victory for Augustana as they took down a team that was ranked in the coaches poll. Meanwhile, North Central put up 55 points in the first half as they defeated Milliken 75-3. I mean, Miami could not even score that many points. Meanwhile, North Park defeats Illinois Wesleyan 20-18, and Carroll takes care of Elmer 62-14.
Big win from Augustana there. Puts Wheaton in a even better position now as that victory over Augustana looks even more impressive. Meanwhile, they'll have WashU still to play to look to solidify themselves as the #2 team in the conference this year.
And Augustana still has to play North Central, the #1 ranked team in the nation. And what a game for D'Angelo Hardy, as well as Luke Lanen making magic happen. So it'll be 3rd and 1 from the 16 as we flip field start of this second quarter. And I believe Ben Thorson was just trying to go on a quarterback sneak.
And they were, it looks like, able to pick up the first down. Good, quick hitting play there. Caught Carthage a little bit unawares. Not looking to get a huge gain, but just enough to move the sticks.
Couldn't exactly see who it was. It was not Ben Thorson who was on a sneak. It was somebody else. I was looking at my stat sheet, but it'll pick up the first down regardless for the Thunder. And now from the 15-yard line, and they'll hand it off to Giovanni Weeks as he takes it down all the way to about the 11-yard line.
Thunder back in the red zone once again, and as we briefly mentioned, the Thunder have been fantastic in the red zone so far this season. They have a 94% scoring rate within the red zone now after the touchdown in the first quarter. It's one of the best marks in the entire nation in Division III football.
16 of 17. You want to plow those into the end zone, get your points. From the 11-yard line, another handoff goes. Not really that much gain there for Weeks.
Firebirds sending the blitz here and really clogging up that hole for Giovanni Weeks. The Carthage defense looks to be trying to take away the run as best as they can with blitzes from the middle linebacker, trying to really put pressure on the senior guards and center for the Thunder, Trevor Gabriel, Nicholas Beard, and Paul Fay.
3rd down and 5 now from the 10-yard line. Ben Bonga to the top of your screen. Thunder operating out of 12 personnel. Here is Thorson. Pass is going to be caught and nowhere to go, though, for Ben Juska. Immediately dragged down there.
That was a great tackle in the open field there. Just as you see number 8 sprinting across your screen, Cohen Abreu, the defensive back, just showing off his speed to bring the Thunder down short. And once again, it's four down territory for the Thunder. Didn't work out so well last time. See what they can dial up to move the chains here this drive.
Yeah, Thunder could have taken a 21-yard field goal chip shot, but instead going for it. They can pick up a first down. They don't have to score. They did not get it on that second drive. They were stopped. It's Giovanni Weeks in the game. And stoppage of play, and a timeout, it looks like, is taken by Coach Scott.
Timeout.
Interesting timeout here.
It's first of the half.
Thunder came out looking to see what Carthage was going to line up defensively, and they saw once again Carthage looking to send pressure off the edge from the outside linebacker. I would guess the Thunder were trying a similar play to the last time with Gio Weeks, but with so much pressure coming from the linebackers, they might be able to find a quick hitting pass up the middle to Bonga or Kortenhoven in the slot, which would move the chains just as well as a run. Just because it's 4th and short doesn't mean you have to run the ball.
Yeah, typically I'm on the conservative end. When you get inside the red zone, I always believe that you should take the field goal, take the points. But we've seen football become a little bit more aggressive. These coaches using analytics or whatever you want to call it. When they get a 4th and 1, 4th and 2, they're more inclined to go for it instead of taking the chip shot field goal.
Yeah, certainly would make sense to take the points here. You feel like your offense will continue to move down the field, but at the same time, looking to send a message here that we are not going to be stopped by Carthage.
Firebirds would love a stop here, just like on their second drive, 4th down. And 2 from the 7. And they'll look to throw. Here is Thorson. Thorson going to try to take off and pick up the first down himself. Question is, where is he? And it looks like he's going to be stopped short.
Yeah, that pressure coming here once again from DeVito. Just able to nick his heel right there. And Thorson can't quite get through that hole. They were looking to find that quick hitting pass, but just so much pressure in Thorson's face that he had to move and couldn't quite get it off.
Yeah, give kudos to the Firebirds. Thunder knocking on the red zone in their second drive, and then here they're already inside the red zone, but giving up absolutely nothing. So 12:31 to go here in the second quarter, all knotted up at 7 apiece. And the ball snap is out, and they'll kick it into the end zone, and that's going to be a safety. So a bad snap there, and the Thunder have the lead now 9-7 after a bad snap there. Wow.
Fascinating decision here, which actually does make some tactical sense from the Carthage quarterback. He sees that he's going, first of all, there's somewhat of a business decision here in that if I try to go for this ball, I'm going to get smoked. But he knows that if he kicks it out the end zone, it's only 2 points. However, if he lets it go and Wheaton picks it up, that's 7. Now, it's unfortunate, certainly for Carthage, as they finally get a big stop and instead have to immediately give the ball right back along with a free 2 points. That's really, they can't afford to do that when they're trying to pick up this upset.
And Carthage last week had 4 turnovers on offense despite Bryce Lowe throwing for over 300 yards. Those turnovers really hurting the Firebirds, including a pick 6 that was thrown last week.
So now Carthage in a tough spot, having to kick it from their own 20. Could see, certainly won't be a touchback here, and we'll get Jack Allen or Seth Kortenhoven with a chance to have a big return. As the Thunder gets set, looks like they were missing one as Andrew Partrica comes flying onto the field.
Looks like it's Caleb Titherington alongside Jack Allen, who's actually back deep to receive this free kick. And so from the 20, and it will go out of bounds.
Looked like possibly a late hit there from Carthage, but it's ruled fair play. Kick out of bounds, so the Thunder will get it, I believe, at the 35-yard line to start off this drive.
Yeah, last thing you want if you're the Firebirds, you give up a safety, and now you kick the ball out of bounds, and the wind conditions obviously going to play a factor as it's blowing 16 miles per hour from the northeast to the southwest, excuse me.
Correction, it looks like they're going to get it at the 45. Oh, we're going the 50. Oh, right, because it's kicked at the 20.
Wheaton has chosen to take the ball 30 yards from the previous spot. First down.
Yeah, even worse situation there. Forgot, because it's kicked at the 20, they get it at the 50 to start off. The Thunder have continued to have great field position to start each of their drives.
And now the only question is, can they punch it into the end zone and not come up empty? And here is Giovanni Weeks on the first carry, right down at the first down sticks. As the tackle made right there by Evan Murder.
The Thunder with a great run to start it off there, and it looks like they're trying to move with a little more tempo. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, yes.
As they continue to move the chains here. No huddle this time as they look to continue likely going to Weeks.
Now from the 40-yard line, Giovanni Weeks is in the game. And they'll go to him, and Weeks stood up, able to maybe get a little bit there as it looked like he was going to be tackled from behind. And once again, you mentioned Chris DeVito making that play for the Firebirds.
Yeah, Chris DeVito has shown out so far today. You can see why he's been such a strong leader for this Carthage defense. He has speed, and he's able to shed blocks better than most that you'll watch on a D3 football field. It's a ton of pressure in the interior part of the line, and it's been tough for the Thunder to match up with.
Thunder operating out of 12 personnel once again. Weeks in the backfield. Carthage showing pressure. Oh, bad snap. Thorson just throws it, and the pass is almost intercepted. Oh, should have been DeVito. Would have had a lot of running room. Meanwhile, there's also a flag on the play. Just absolute chaos as the ref's going to have to sort this one out.
Something went wrong here. And we'll hear from the ref.
Offside. Defense, number 98. 5 yards from the previous spot. Still second down.
Carthage seemed to have thought that someone from Wheaton moved, as you could tell because about 5 of them immediately came flying up. But the refs ruling that instead they were beyond the line of scrimmage at the snap of the ball, which is lucky for Thorson after a quick decision to throw the ball that nearly was intercepted, and he took a hit in the process.
Yeah, those are those plays that you don't want if you're Coach Scott. A free hit on the quarterback, an RPO, swing past the outside, and that's going to be caught a lot of space and still going. Look at them all drag all defenders all the way to the 15-yard line.
Thunder back to the script they had in the first drive. Find Ben Bonga. He's wide open on the outside, and that's a great block there from Kortenhoven, able to give Bonga enough space to drive another 15 yards after the catch.
4th catch now for Bonga. 4 catches, 81 yards, 84 yards, and 1 touchdown last week against Elmers, and he leads the Thunder in catches as well as receiving yards. Now from the 15-yard line, Titherington in motion. And we hand it off to Giovanni Weeks, plowing ahead, and they'll stop him.
This Carthage defense is aggressive. They're going to send blitzers nearly every play. You can see why their run defense is ranked high and the pass defense is ranked fairly low. But it has been a strong showing from the linebackers on the run defense front here. Giovanni Weeks is tough to bring down, and they've done a pretty good job of containing him for the most part.
Officially a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7 on the Firebirds' 12-yard line. Here is Thorson going to lob it for the end zone. The pass is going to be incomplete. It was intended for Seth Kortenhoven trying to make the over-the-shoulder grab.
Couldn't quite make the connection here. Thorson has a great idea. He sees his man right along the sideline, just unfortunately bounces off the head of Jalik Barnes.
So now 3rd down and 7 for the Thunder, as they're currently 3 of 5 so far in this ball game.
A lot of open space on the right side. The Thunder looking to take advantage of it.
Seth Kortenhoven to the bottom of your screen. Have Jack Allen in motion for the Thunder. They'll bring a little bit of pressure. Thorson fires pass. Going to be incomplete for Caleb Titherington. And it brings up 4th down once again.
Coach Scott very frustrated with the lack of a pass interference call on this play. As we see, he's able to find Titherington, just can't quite get it. Looks like his hand may have been grabbed from behind. Now the Thunder will instead take those quick points that you had mentioned earlier, a 4th and long here, as we'll get to see Mateo Jesh in action.
At the sophomore who transferred from Anderson University, so far 3 of 5 on the season. This is about a 29-yard field goal from here. Trying to make it a 5-point lead now for the Thunder. Good snap, good hold. Kick on the way, and it is good. So the Thunder get inside the red zone, not able to get the touchdown, but they do get 3 to extend their lead.
Nice line drive kick there from Jesh. Thunder have had some kicking problems in the past, but he's had a solid start to this year. CCIW Special Teams Player of the Week earlier this year in Week 3. Jesh now 4 for 6 on the field goal attempts. And now the Thunder end up essentially with a 5-point drive, which isn't quite as good as 7, but it's not too bad as they'll return the ball to the Carthage offense.
Yeah, they'll cap off an 8-play drive that went 38 yards, started from midfield, and if you're the Firebirds, you have to be pleased. I mean, you were given bad field position, as you have been this entire game, but so far your defense, other than that opening drive, they've been able to get off the field.
Yeah, absolutely. The Thunder, that opening drive really heavy on the pass game, but this, since then, they've tried to really get Weeks jump-started in the run game, and he's had a few big runs, but for the most part, the blitzing linebackers have really contained those holes. Weeks not quite able to break it open like he will in many other games.
But does have 70 yards on 11 carries. Still is looking for his first touchdown as Josh Winnett sends it away back inside the 5. Let's see if he can make a return out of it. And brought down right near the 20-yard line.
Interesting decision to return that one. It was certainly going out the back of the end zone, but he trusted in his own legs and doesn't quite work out as he's brought down behind the 20.
Well, Isaiah Bird, who was the one who returned it, does have a kickoff return for a touchdown against North Park, so willing to be aggressive there and gamble, but doesn't really work out as they only lose 5 yards. Now first down and 10 from the 20. Here is Lowe looking to throw over the middle, and the pass is incomplete as Peter Orlandio could not come up with that play.
Yeah, Orlandino, it hits him right in the chest, and he's just not quite able to bring it in. That's one of those where they say catch before you turn to run. He was thinking about his next steps before he finished the completion of the catch.
It's now second down and 10 from the 20. Orlandino had 2 catches for 39 yards last week against North Park. Has sparingly been used in this Carthage offense. And here is Lowe going to keep it himself on the read option, but the Thunder there to meet him at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, trying to find an inside run against this Thunder D-line is a tough job here. The quarterback keeps it himself, and Peter Johannick is right there to bring him down nearly immediately.
And Johannick leads the team in tackle for losses with 6, also leads the team in sacks with 3. And now it's third down and 10 from the 20. They officially call it no gain. Carthage right now 2 of 3 on third down conversion so far. Here is Lowe looking to throw. Lowe, nowhere to go. And he's taken down.
Peter Johannick once again. You mentioned he led the team in sacks, and we'll see why. Watch this pass rush. Completely beats the right tackle to the outside and is able to, he's so athletic, he's able to dip back in underneath him, does a full circle around him, and brings the quarterback down. It's called running the hoop there, and he did it exceptionally.
Will force a 3 and out, and Thunder will get the football right back. As Johannick now with 4 sacks on the season. Seth Korthoven back deep to receive. And Korthoven telling the players to get out of the way. And it will bounce out of bounds, and it looks like the Thunder once again starting with excellent field position.
On the Carthage side of the field once again to start off. It's a great spot to be in. See if they can take advantage of it here and bring that touchdown in.
Yeah, Coach Scott, I mean, he got the drive, got the touchdown on the first drive, but it's been so far nothing else other than that field goal as they've been stalling out near or inside the red zone. So Coach Scott would love to see his team finally punch it in, as you said. He'll be officially from the Firebirds' 45-yard line movement up front. And here is Thorson firing back shoulder, and the pass is caught. Connection there is made. Seth Korthoven, again, there is a penalty marker, and this one looks like to go against the Firebirds.
Yeah, quarterback's dream. You get a free play with the defensive line jumping off sides. Everyone in the defense freezes because they're like, oh, shoot, we just jumped, and you get a wide open catch there along the sideline.
Still working out the marker. But looks like the penalty was declined. We didn't hear exactly what the referee said. So now from the 32-yard line, Thorson once again looking to throw, going to dial up the deep ball. Pass is caught, but it looks like out of bounds and incomplete for Korthoven. Cannot come up with the play.
That was what you wanted to see, a deep ball here. You've got him one-on-one. Just put up the jump ball and hope he's able to bring it in. Makes an excellent athletic move, but he can't quite keep the feet in bounds. And the ball comes out on the ground.
So far, these receivers not afraid to challenge Jalik Barnes, the corner, as Bonga and Korthoven have been tangled up with him a couple of times. Second down now from the 32 after that incompletion. Has been Thorson so far 10 of 15 with that touchdown pass, $127 tonight. Weeks once again in the game, and they'll hand it off to Weeks. Spins away. Giovanni Weeks still on his feet, and he'll move the chain to first down.
That was a Giovanni Weeks run right there. He feels the contact right away, essentially at the line of scrimmage, and then finds more contact as he continues on, but he's going to pick up probably 10, maybe 11 yards after contact there. He's strong, and he's able to show it off right there.
And when I was talking to Doug Rothschild, who I called the game with the first 2 home games, I compared him to Christian McCaffrey. And would you say he kind of reminds you of Christian McCaffrey?
Absolutely. He's got the strength of McCaffrey and the speed, obviously for a Division III level.
Here's Thorson on a screen pass. It's caught by Kornhoven looking for some space. Kornhoven immediately wrapped down, though, as you had Tanner Ludwig making the play.
It's a nice tackle there from Ludwig, the free safety. Thunder trying their own hand at a quick pass to the flat here, but the free safety read it well in a 3-week coverage. He's down, essentially playing like a linebacker in that flat, and he breaks on the ball very quickly and is able to bring him down.
Only a gain of 1 on first down, second down, and 9 now. Bonga to the top of your screen, and a 2-receiver look, and it'll be Giovanni Weeks breaking free. Weeks still going. Oh, bounces it to the outside. And he is in for the touchdown.
Yards after contact. Might as well be his middle name. Giovanni Weeks runs over not 1 but 2 men on this play and just barrels into the end zone like a freight train coming through. Giovanni Weeks is exceptional in all of the record books and continues to add to him here.
Again, we talked about how he broke Chuck Shanehair's record for the most career rushing touchdowns. Now that'll give him 55 career total touchdowns, 47 rushing touchdowns. And it'll be Mateo Jesh on to attempt the extra point. And it is right down the middle and good. So a 12-point lead now for Wheaton.
We said that Weeks hadn't quite been able to break it open. He obviously had still had a very good game with 70 yards prior to this drive, but finally able to break free here. All of that pressure couldn't quite bring him down in the backfield, and once he's out of that that scrum in the start, he's able to run over defensive backs no problem into the end zone.
Officially 13 carries, 101 yards already in the first half. And we talk about last year's matchup when these 2 teams played. It was Christian Carstens who stole the show, over 200 scrimmage yards. Obviously, he's not available to play because of injury. So now Giovanni Weeks and Henry Brown taking the bulk loads of the carries for the Thunder.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned Carstens, who had a great start to this season as well as a great year last year, and it shows the depth that the Thunder have, that you can lose in a pretty important piece of your offense and not really have to worry about it with obviously Weeks, the superstar, but Henry Brown as well having a great year as the second back for the Thunder.
104 yards on 11 carries. 3 times he found the end zone against the Blue Jays. And that return will go into the end zone. It's going to be a flag. And the Firebirds are going to start from their own 35.
Yeah, Josh Winnett on the kick there. He's had 10 touchbacks already this year, and that time trying to put it in the perfect place to limit the return, and he can't quite get it there as it goes out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Kicking team. Carthage has opted to take the ball at the 35-yard line. First down.
So now the Thunder defense comes back out, looking to have a similar drive to how things went last time, as the defensive line put a ton of pressure on the quarterback.
They'll empty out the backfield for Bryce Lowe, looking to throw into the flats. That pass is going to be caught. And trying to make a play after the grab, there goes Jordan Wiles.
Finding the open flat here, Virgil Cannon comes down to try to make the quick play. He's able to essentially stop the progress, but can't quite bring him down. But his safeties are able to help him out there.
And what's interesting to note is that Bryce Lowe is now 11 of 12 throwing the ball, but as you can see, checking the ball down a lot to the flats or sometimes over the middle. Has not really taken a deep shot to try to scare this Thunder's defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Having one of his better days on the year, but like you said, I don't remember an attempt over 5 yards in the air.
That is third 300-yard performance last week against North Park. Here is Lowe trying to escape now, and he'll slide. And maybe a little bit gain there for Bryce Lowe, showing off the wheels a little bit.
Yeah, Lowe with a low snap has to recover quickly. He sees Peter Johannick in his face, and he's able to have a quick recovery up the middle and have a productive play rather than the sack.
So officially a gain of 2 for Bryce Lowe. And what's interesting to know about last week's performance is that the Firebirds, not only did they have 389 yards, but they also picked up 23 first downs, and their defense only gave up 9 first downs, and they still lost by 15 points.
Yeah, it's not exactly how you would want to script it up.
A lot of those plays can be contributed to the turnovers that they had. Pass to the outside. That's going to be caught in a first down. A lot more for the Firebirds, all the way near to the 35-yard line.
Landino with a nice catch there. The tight end, he finds some open space. Another quick pass to the flat, like we mentioned. And Virgil Cannon is too occupied with the man blocking him to quite get over there. And Olandino is able to break it up for a good 15-yard gain after the catch.
So now all the way to the 36-yard line. Firebirds on the move, looking for their first score since getting it in on their first drive, and a huge handoff all the way right near the 30-yard line for Earl Jackson. So continuing to use the dynamic legs of Jackson.
Bonaquisti with a nice chase down tackle here from a defensive tackle. Read right away that it wasn't to his side, and he had you know, it's a lot of weight to move around there, but he's able to chase down the running back and prevent a huge gain.
Jackson stays in the ball game, officially gain of 6, second down and 4 from the Thunder 30-yard line as we approach 4:13 here in this first half. And here's Lowe once again, a bubble screen to the outside, and a nice move is made. And it should be a first down, as it's Jordan Wiles once again. Have called his name a couple of times. That's his 6th catch in this half.
Yeah, it's a bubble screen. Essentially, you're matched up. The play that matters is the defensive back, Max Wilson, up against the other receiver. If the receiver makes the block, you'll get some positive yards. If not, it's a huge loss. That time, Wilson wasn't quite able to shed the block in time.
It's officially 3rd down and 2. Wiles did not get that first down. As you can hear the Thunder fans trying to get on their feet and get a stop. And here is Lowe with some pressure. Lowe throws. The pass is going to be incomplete. Looked like it was batted at the line of scrimmage.
Peter Johannick getting that big hand up and swatting that ball out of the way. He's presented a massive challenge to the right tackle, Lucas Kuzmiers. But so far, Peter Johannick, along with the rest of the D-line, has done the best job of limiting this Carthage offense with the pressure on the quarterback.
And the Firebirds electing to go for it on 4th down. They were 1 of 5 last week on 4th down conversions. It's officially 4th down and 2. Here is Lowe lobbing it deep far side. It's going to be incomplete, though. It was intended for Jordan Wiles, but he could not come up with the play and adjust to the ball. And it's a turnover on downs.
The first time we've really seen him try to go for a deeper ball, and it's a great pass, actually, from the quarterback. He finds exactly where Wiles is going to be open, tries to hit him on the right shoulder where there's no one else on that side because the Thunder had sent so much pressure. But Wiles looks the wrong way to start and can't quite recover in time to make the catch.
A promising drive for the Firebirds that ends with no points. And now the Thunder will get it from the 28, 3:14 left to go before halftime, and they'll set up a screen. It'll be Giovanni Weeks trying to follow his blockers. Weeks plowing his way up near the 35-yard line.
It's a great screen play, and as a former lineman myself, you just love to see a lineman get to shove a linebacker. Watch Aiden Kingsbury, number 77, just destroy that man. Love that. And it's a good game for the Thunder as Giovanni Weeks, you know, if he can run it, but he can also catch a quick pass and take those receiving yards too.
Yeah, it was Garrett Warner who essentially got pancaked on that play. A little bit of a delay, handoff to Giovanni Weeks and absolutely going nowhere. And Garrett Warner, who was trucked earlier, says, I can make a play myself.
Yeah, run RPO here that didn't quite, we had a miscommunication. Weeks thought that Thorson was going to keep the ball, and Thorson said, no, I'm not taking this. And it ended up with a pretty huge loss for the Thunder there.
So it's now 3rd down 11. If you look at clock management under 2:15, Carthage has 3 timeouts. I'm surprised they're not really using one to stop the clock.
Yeah. This is a big play here. The Thunder have to, just try to get as much yards as you can for field position to make Carthage have to drive the full length of the field.
Thunder must get to their own 38 to pick up the first down. Clock dips under 1:55 now. Four-man rush. Here is Thorson trying to buy some time. Delivers pass low. And it looks like they'll roll it incomplete.
That was one of the first times we've seen Carthage's D-line really get pressure on Thorson. As the defensive end spins off of his block, Thorson just has to get rid of it, really. And 3rd and that long, can't really expect a first down. And now we'll get to see the punt unit, which has not been a unit that's used very much from the Thunder, but Nate Toffelon has done a fairly good job so far.
Yeah, Thunder only punted twice. Almost a trouble with the snap. Toffelon able to get it away and signaling for the fair catch at about the 38-yard line. It's Jordan Wiles, and now we'll see the Firebirds come back out, and with a minute 38, all 3 timeouts, plenty of time to drive down the field and get some points before the end of the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Lowe gets his opportunity to run the 2-minute drill here. They probably are going to have to take some more aggressive passes, however. Their quick passes into the flats have been very effective, but are going to be really time costly, as you have to take either yardage or getting out of bounds quickly compared with the deeper passes.
Carthage also receives the ball to start the second half. Here is Lowe throwing near side. That pass is going to be caught. Gibson Groves as the grab goes out of bounds. His second catch of the evening.
Yeah, the Thunder playing a prevent defense here, willing to give up the short passes to prevent anything deep. And so he finds Groves there for a shorter gain, just about 5 yards in the air and then another 2 after the catch. Thunder are willing to, we'll take that. You had to use time off the clock in order to get not a ton of yardage.
I'm a little bit surprised by the Thunder's prevent defense. Lowe has not really challenged you deep. He's been taking a lot of short underneath throws, and here is Lowe once again. Flag on the play. That pass is caught and still going into Wheaton territory before being dragged out of bounds.
Have to see what this flag is. Virgil Cannon being targeted once again. Matched up in the flats there. A lot of open space. Can't quite make the open field tackle.
It was Earl Jackson who had the grab.
As we'll hear the flag here.
Holding. Number 72 on the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Still second down.
So Virgil Cannon had so much space to cover because they had the blitzing middle linebacker who gets held on this play. And so Cannon has to come a long ways. But it's all good now as the Firebirds are pushed even further back. Really going to stretch that offensive capability to be able to get a touchdown here with only a minute and change left.
It was the right tackle, Lucas Kamertz, a sophomore, who was guilty of the penalty. So now 2nd and 12 from the 36. A minute 6 left to go. Here is Lowe, lobs it downfield, and the pass is the grab. It looks like they say it will be a catch. Wow, Earl Jackson, acrobatic play, somehow able to reel that one in.
The true freshman showing off in a couple of plays here, as he's able to just use his speed to get past the defensive back there.
Here's Lowe throwing pass, almost intercepted. Riley Schwartz, it was thrown right to him, and if he held on to that one, he might have been going back the other way.
Yeah, that's one he's going to regret. The quarterback essentially throws it right to Schwartz, who plays a great job, especially with a quarterback you've seen struggle to find deep balls, playing under that route there, and he has it right in his hands and can't quite bring it in.
Yeah, he was trying to go for Jordan Wiles, instead incomplete. And I'm not sure if this is a joke on defense, but if you can't make a play, you can't catch the pass, do they say, oh, that's why you play defense?
Yeah, the defensive backhands for sure.
So now 2nd down and 10 from the 40. 44 seconds left to go. Low snap. Here's Lowe, feeling pressure. Delivers. Pass is going to be incomplete, though, as you had Jackson Westmoreland the closest to the ball. And so after 2 straight incompletions, it now brings up 3rd and 10 with 38 seconds left. And now maybe the Thunder will be thinking about, could we get the ball back?
Yeah, interesting decision here on timeouts potentially. On that play for Lita, really leading the charge as he pressured the quarterback. And now Carthage 3rd and long. It's far too far for a field goal, so could be an interesting spot. They'll probably go for it on 4th down here. So 2 plays, and then the Thunder have their own chance potentially.
Stacks to the bottom of your screen, empty backfield, low throws, pass incomplete as it was intended for Earl Jackson, now 4th down.
This is not gone exactly Carthage's way. This is going to be interesting as we'll watch this replay, just trying to get it out quickly, see if you can get a couple yards. Yeah, the Carthage punt team is going to come out. This is an interesting spot for the punter, but ultimately they're probably willing to take a touchback here because there's so little time left in the half.
So it'll be Eric Anowitz once again to send it away. Clean snap, able to get it off. And we'll see if Seth Kornoven has an opportunity, and he will. Kornoven trying to follow his blockers. Seth Kornoven still on his feet. Across the 25, now bring the Thunder onto the field with 23 seconds left before halftime. And Noah, what do you think the Thunder are going to do?
I would love to see one quick deep shot, see if you have something going. And if not, I would expect they'll probably just kneel it into the second half. With a good 2-score lead here over the Firebirds. Feel all right with the way this first half has gone. You had a stretch there, which you wish you would have seen a little more production in the red zone. But overall, good lead to take into the second half.
And give credit to this Firebirds defense as well, only allowing that touchdown on the opening drive, but being stout, only allowing a field goal ever since. Here is Thorson going to dial up the deep ball, and the pass is going to be incomplete. It was intended for Davis Reeves, has not really called his name that much. Now brings up second down.
Thorson has plenty of time to throw this ball. Looks like Reeves gets a little off on the route, doesn't have quite as much connection there, familiarity. You ideally want your receiver to just keep running, not turn to try to look over his head right at the break of that route.
Yeah, talk about trusting that the ball is going to be there. Now second down once again. Thorson looking to throw, delivers, pass is caught. What a grab. Caleb Titherington over the shoulder catch. The Thunder have 3 timeouts, and Coach Scott will use one of them.
My goodness. Well, there was that deep ball shot we were talking about. Finding Titherington right in the middle on a seam route.
Timeout. Wheaton. That's second and a half.
That was a beautifully placed ball from Thorson right in stride for Titherington. And now the Thunder are really interesting here. 11 seconds. The kicker, Jesh's range, his longest of his career is only 33 yards, but I would guess he's got a little bit more leg in him. They might, if they can get within a high 30s, they might be willing to take the field goal points. But overall, if you have the 1 deep ball, why not 2?
Yeah, but the Thunder again with now 1 timeout correction, not 3 as I thought. Again, 11 seconds left. Now it makes things a little bit more interesting. As you said, Mateo Jess's longest field goal was from about 33 yards out. So you would have to get to the 16-yard line. Again, the clock does stop if you pick up a first down. Kind of acts as an invisible timeout for the Thunder. 4-man rush here as Thorson delivers in traffic, and the pass is incomplete. Once again, trying to go back to Caleb Titherington, and now brings up 6 seconds before halftime.
Tried to run the exact same play here with Titherington on the seam route. They have Allen running a quick out to try to draw off a safety, but this time the safety doesn't bite on that. There's a lot more congestion there on the seam. Just weren't quite able to connect. 6 seconds now. Too little time to get a play and a field goal, so you'll just go for the quick deep ball and see if you can find a jump ball to land.
Could you potentially, before that, maybe try a deep, quick 5-yard out route, then perhaps call timeout? Because you do have 1 left.
You do have 1 timeout. If you can get well, they're going to use the timeout to decide what they're going to do
Timeout.
here.
Wheaton. Their 3rd and final of the half.
6 seconds is tough here with getting rid of the ball and then having a little bit closer. I would say if they were a little farther, maybe the 50 or the opposite 40, you absolutely would. But here, Thorson certainly has the arm to get the ball into the end zone from here and then just see what happens. Now, the Thunder have 1 turnover on the entire year so far. This is the type of play where you potentially see interceptions just because it's more 50-50 balls. Thorson has really limited that so far, not having thrown an interception all year. And the Firebirds as well do not have many interceptions themselves. So you think maybe they might have an advantage here on the deep balls.
Well, the Firebirds, they only have 13 turnovers, 7 interceptions, 6 fumbles. So now 6 seconds left to go from the 41-yard line of Carthage. We'll see what Coach Scott wants to do. It will be Thorson, likely the final play of the day, rolling to his left, flag on the play. Thorson is just going to lob it out of bounds. It looks to be in the vicinity of a hold against the Thunder. And as you can see, some of the Thunder players going into the locker room.
Holding, number 77 on the offense. Penalty is being declined. That's the end of the half.
Yeah, Carthage not wanting to give the Thunder another play here despite the hold. And so they'll enter the locker room with the Thunder leading 19-7. A pretty competitive game so far as we enter halftime.
And so far, Giovanni Weeks, obviously that 100-yard performance in the first half. But again, Carthage's defense really stepping up, allowing that opening drive touchdown, but really limiting the Thunder after that. And obviously offensively, that allowing the safety, but they've been solid so far in this ball game.
Absolutely.
I'll bring you to the start of the second half after these messages and a word from the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network.
Wheaton was definitely the best place, for me that I could have ever gone. I look back just making the decision to come to Wheaton. I'm so grateful, for everyone in that process who helped lead me to Wheaton. I feel like I've grown in just so many different ways, looking back to my freshman year, even just thinking about it now, to kind of where I am now, and really couldn't have asked for any better place to be. And honestly, again, that's a testament to all the people that I got to surround myself with every day here.
When I saw him play in high school, I came back and told Coach Banner, he clearly is talented enough, but he is so small.
Growing up as very short, skinny, kind of out-of-place point guard, I think that's really where you have to have a chip on your shoulder to know and go in that, I've put in the work and I deserve to be on the court here.
But to be honest, he wasn't the best player on his high school team, and then he wasn't the best player at Wheaton for 4 years. But honestly, very quickly into his first few practices, I could tell we had somebody pretty special. But he is, by all measure now, one of the all-time great players to ever put on a Wheaton jersey. But he's also going to be the type of young man that you can point back to and say, this is what a star player looks like, behaves like, and acts.
I think looking back early on in my career, I really was afraid to fail. And that's something that we talked about a lot, was throw all your dice out there, put all the chips out there. And don't be afraid to fail. And that's something that we kind of worked on together. And that's really what helped us gain trust. And for me, my past, 2-3 years, I was really able to play more free.
When you get a young man like Tyson, you realize you got something pretty special as a coach, because in a lot of ways, he became the leader of our team. And I just cheered a lot. He just became somebody who really embodies everything you want from a best player.
It's honestly such a great honor, and it's something that I never really thought was on the table.
I do describe the Justice Trophy regularly as the Division III Heisman for men's basketball. It really is in many ways the most prestigious award that is given out in men's and women's basketball at the Division III level. Not only measures the basketball ability of the men and women at Division III basketball, but also the academic and service of those individuals. So it's a total award that really encompasses not only just the talent level, but really the most outstanding student athlete in our sport.
The initial feelings were just like of gratitude and thankfulness to Wheaton, to Coach Shower, to Coach Panner, everybody who invested in me during this time.
I thought he was better than people probably perceived. The fact that he wasn't on any All-America lists, preseason lists, surprised me, given the career he had had to that point. And I think he kind of carried a little bit of that chip on his shoulder into this season and used that as motivation.
I'm not going to let anybody outwork me. I think that's really kind of where it comes from and stems from, is just wanting to win badly enough to where, you're willing to sacrifice.
One of the things I love about Tyson is he averaged over 5 rebounds a game, and he's not much taller than me. So he just simply was relentless to go rebound the basketball, and knew that given our personnel, that was going to be a potential area of weakness and that he needed to help us there. I honestly believe if I didn't show up for a week, Tyson would have made sure our team did exactly the same thing we did when I was there. And so his legacy will be brought up over and over and over again, whether I'm here or not, because he's going to be on the wall and that trophy's going to be downstairs. The academic reputation of the institution is so high that the students we get here are really self-motivated to do well academically. That matters to them. So they're typically pretty good students on our roster. And then because of their relationship to Jesus, there's a sense that we should serve others and try to model that as Jesus did.
Looking back on the Israel trip and Zimbabwe trip, those are two things, just looking back on my career, that I will never forget. The relationships that we built out there were just so incredible.
Go to the Holy Lands, we're going to do all those biblical sites and really study the Bible on that trip. And our trip to Zimbabwe, which Tyson also went on, we did clinics and did service projects, and we are going to visit historical sites and do some fun stuff in addition to playing some games. But we're going to do it in a different context than most Division III basketball programs.
There's just so many incredible things about those trips. Makes the whole time at Wheaton, and specifically a Wheaton basketball player, just so special.
All he cared about was winning, and that just makes life easy for a coach. Because if your best player cares about that and your best player has his work ethic, it's hard for other people to come up with too many excuses. They sort of follow because he's just such a great leader.
I would say be bold. There's a lot of people here on campus who want to enter into a relationship with you. So many programs and things to get involved with, but get involved and be bold in that. And also just be unashamed of who you are. Wheaton, there is no perfect Wheaton student. Rather, we're just a bunch of broken, sinful people who are just in pursuit of a perfect God. Orientation committee, and then also, of course, transfer orientation committee if you're a transfer. These are people who have been praying for you and are making so many invitations to enter into a relationship with you in that first month being at campus. So I would just say respond to those invitations, and that goes for OC members as well as the faculty and staff that surround them. I'd say the biggest challenge was how lonely it was. When you first step onto campus, you don't have all the friends that you're gonna have. And so it took time to just learn how to make friends again. One of the best pieces of advice I had was to introduce myself to my professors as a transfer. And I was surprised just by how many emails I had from professors just making themselves known. So this is a campus where you're so known and loved.
We need engineers who can come up with solutions to all of the multifaceted problems that we face in our world today. People who have the ability to apply math, science, physics, and engineering concepts to come up with solutions that might affect someone's life in the future for the better. One of the really special things about Wheaton's program is our focus on the liberal arts. So not only are students able to get a robust engineering education, but they're also able to participate in humanities courses, philosophy and history courses as well. We think that a student who has that liberal arts background is more adaptable. We think that they are going to be more effective, and we think they're going to be more marketable. Through our 3-2 program, through our 4-year engineering program, all of our students get training on all of the equipment in our lab. Laser cutters, 3D printers, all the different hand tools and different machinery and equipment that our students might need to be able to create some sort of prototype. So they're not just solving textbook problems, but they actually are given some sort of real life issue that they're trying to solve. That's when my students really see the importance of engineering and also why it's so important to fill their gaps in knowledge to be able to serve as many people as possible for Christ and for his kingdom.
When I first came to Wheaton, the ISP was one of the first offices I found. They helped me get settled in, from getting me a SIM card to taking me to the bank to open a bank account. They're very supportive of students whose families live overseas. From freshman year, I joined Mu Kappa, which is a club at Wheaton for third kosher kids, and we got together every Sunday to share a meal or have fun together, and it was a great place to find community. During my sophomore year, I started working with Mu Kappa as a publicity manager, and it was amazing to just see freshmen coming in and get settled at Wheaton and find community at Mu Kappa just as I did.
This year, I've been blessed to be a part of the Diaconoi program, or DEECS for short. We're essentially campus tour guides or campus hosts. Some of the most rewarding aspects of being a DEEC has been learning how to grow in confidence in myself and my public speaking skills, but also just the community that I've been a part of. I'm part of a community of 13 other tour guides, and we're constantly praying for each other, uplifting each other, encouraging each other, and pushing through hard times together, sharing our love for Wheaton with prospective students. Residential life here at Wheaton is all about the students. Our residential life team is regularly putting on different events, from Bible study nights to worship nights to holiday parties to game nights and movie nights, and they're helping organize these events so that we can grow in community, meet new friends, but also develop our relationship with each other as brothers and sisters in Christ, and really getting to encourage each other and just have a lot of fun. Some of my best friends I've met through going to these different events that happen on campus, and Res Life has been my favorite part about Wheaton in a lot of ways.
What makes Wheaton College unique? Our focus is not only on what you can achieve, but also on who you can become. We've been called one of the nation's colleges that change lives because that is exactly what we do. More than a degree, you'll graduate with wisdom and values you can apply to your family life, church life, and professional life. So who are Wheaties today? We are scientists, lawyers, doctors, and CEOs. We are filmmakers, engineers, policy experts, and educators. We're investment bankers, musicians, and entrepreneurs. We're church leaders, missionaries, and theologians, parents, neighbors, and friends. All of us living out our callings in a variety of ways through Christ-centered leadership. Ready to discover your ambitious calling? From psychology to business, health to history, Wheaton College offers 150 plus majors, minors, and concentrations, and 20 plus grad programs, all taught by world-class scholars who will mentor you, motivate you, and prepare you for the career you want. But the top-tier academic experience you'll find at Wheaton doesn't stop at career preparation. Here, we want you to think big picture. See the world through a Christ-centered point of view. Make connections between your faith and your interests and your studies. Pursue academic excellence, not at the risk of your faith, but for the sake of your faith. In the end, you'll have developed a vision for vocation and a passion for service, while strengthening your wisdom and character. That's what makes the Wheaton experience so profound and so long-lasting. It's a whole person preparation for your whole life's journey. They say the friends you make at college will be friends for life. We say the friends you make at Wheaton College will not only be lifelong, but life-changing. That's because Wheaton is a grace-filled, Christ-centered, fun community unlike any other. From talent shows to all-school communion, Christmas celebrations to hip-hop battles, you'll have opportunities every single day to express who you are and how you see the world, to lead, work, serve, and worship together, to define your convictions with peers and mentors who support and encourage you, and expect your friendships to last not only on campus, but throughout your life as part of a Wheaton family that spans the globe. This isn't just an educational experience. It's an unparalleled journey that you can only find at Wheaton. Whether you're on stage or on the field, serving the community or studying abroad, at Wheaton College, you'll find excellence and faith all across the board. Love bird watching, news reporting, or swing dancing? Our student-led clubs have you covered. Want to play your heart out? Our All-American athletics teams win championships, and our conservatory grads win Grammys. From our Black Hills Science Station or our Honey Rock Center for Leadership Development to our global programs in England, Spain, China, and beyond, you'll be part of an incredible experience where you can pursue your academic, athletic, and artistic talents and your Christian values. You can confidently choose Wheaton, not just to learn, but to live.
Welcome back to the start of the second half here between the 13th ranked Wheaton Thunder and the Carthage Firebirds. And if your coach has and the Firebirds, you may be trailing by 12, but I think you have to be pleased with the way your team's played so far.
Yeah, absolutely. This game is much closer than what we've seen between Wheaton and Carthage in the recent past. Last 2 years, the Thunder have beaten Carthage by a combined 54 points. This one being a 12-point game, much closer here. Now, overall, the Carthage defense has done a pretty solid job of containing the Wheaton offense. Chris DeVito, their leader, once again, 8 tackles, a tackle for loss today. Meanwhile, the Thunder offense had a great opening drive, targeting Ben Bonga a lot. From there, a little bit of a lull until Giovanni Weeks came back with a big touchdown run.
Yeah, Giovanni Weeks already over 100 yards. We talked about all the records that he has broken so far and then some. Obviously, there's still half left to play for the Thunder to really establish themselves. What are they going to have to do if they want to extend this lead? To extend the lead, I think they absolutely will continue to follow Giovanni Weeks' lead. If he breaks some more big runs, they will for sure have some more points. But I would
hope that they can look to reestablish that passing game we saw in the first drive. It looked very promising to start, and we've seen a few deep balls since then that haven't quite hit the mark, but overall, Carthage defense sending a lot of pressure, which should open up some holes in the mid-range passing game for Ben Thorson.
And if you're Coach Haas and the Carthage Firebirds, what you're going to have to do if you're going to try to stay in this game with the 13th ranked Thunder?
Stay in this game. Their defense has done a great job, but they need that offense to take the next step if you're Carthage. We've seen Bryce Lowe have a pretty good day completion percentage-wise with a lot of short passes, which his receivers have had in some open space. But with the short passes, they haven't really had that big play to break it open to get a long drive that they're able to sustain and bring into the end zone. If they're going to do that, first of all, they will definitely need to have some running game from Bryce Frank and Earl Jackson, but they're going to also need to find a few more deep balls from Bryce Lowe to extend the drives that they've had.
Carthage only had 12 rushing yards in the first half compared to the Thunder had 92. So we talked about trying to establish the running game. It would be a great opportunity if they can do it right here. Carthage won the toss, elected to defer to the second half. That means they will receive it now, trailing 12. And by the way, Coach Scott, in his 4 years with the Thunder, 22-6, all 22 wins have come when his team is leading at the break. We'll see Josh Wheaton to send it away to start this second half.
Looks like Isaiah Bird back deep to return the kick from Wheaton.
Solid crowd here. They have a fall break. And that return will go into the end zone. And they'll return for a touchback. And they'll bring out this Firebirds offense and Bryce Lowe.
Not the normal way that you'll see a touchback, but works out just the same as it bounces over the returner's head. And we'll get the Thunder defense back out onto the field. The Thunder defensive line has done a great job, especially late in that second quarter. Peter Johannick and Christian Bonaquisti combining to really put the pressure on Lowe in the passing game.
And for the Firebirds, they scored on that opening drive, but have not really shown any signs after that. As well, again, they'll start from their own 25-yard line, empty backfield. Here is Lowe, already feeling the pressure, forced to roll to his right. That pass caught near side, and it's caught by Jackson Westmoreland before a swarm of Thunder are there to bring him down, including Virgil Cannon.
Yeah, we mentioned that defensive line pressure. Peter Johannick getting a hurry right away here as he breaks in on an inside move against the right tackle, and this time forces Lowe to get rid of the ball. He has someone, but there's not much of a gain.
Gain of 4 on first down, so at least something positive to get the game going for Bryce Lowe, who was 15 of 21 for a $137. But again, a lot of those completions short and underneath in the flats. We'll see if the Thunder will want to make him go deep, as that run looked like it was going to be a loss of yardage, but instead for Earl Jackson able to get a positive play.
Yeah, Earl Jackson with a nice spin move to get away from Johannick here as he breaks it back inside. We'll see on the replay here, Johannick has him beat, but is a little too aggressive. You want to stay on that back shoulder as the defensive player so that you don't get cut back on like we saw on that play.
It's a gain of 3. Jackson, 3 carries for 20 yards in the first half, and an early third down for the Firebirds. Earl Jackson in the ball game. Operating out of the shotgun, third down. Thunder showing pressure, and they will bring it. Here comes pressure. And looking to throw Zerman down the field. And the pass is going to be incomplete. It was the backup William Zerman.
That time we see here a lot of pressure. Virgil Cannon coming off the edge forces the quarterback to get rid of it, and it hits Dimitri Cannon, the brother, right in the hands. And once again, we mentioned in the first half those defensive backhands coming back to bite them once again. really would have loved that pick. Instead, they'll take the punt.
The Firebirds had their backup quarterback, William Zerdovin, in the game. You've seen him come out a couple of times, and now here is the punt. As Seth Kornhoven back deep to receive for the Thunder. And Kornhoven able to get across the 40. And still going. Looks like, I'm not sure if there's a flag on the play. Could not tell if there was a flag tossed on the far side.
We have a good return here from Kortenhoven as he's able to get outside. It looks like there was a flag, so we'll break over to that.
During the return, holding. Number 4 on the return team. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
He'll go against Jack Allen off special teams. And so now after forcing a 3-and-out, the Thunder come out onto the field for their first drive of the second half, leading by 12. Of course, right in the legs of Giovanni Weeks, as we said, 14 carries, a $1, and that rushing touchdown. Seth Kornhoven to the bottom of your screen on first down and 10 from the 39. And they'll hand it off to Weeks, who plows ahead across the 40. Probably a gain of 2 right there.
It's a good run from Weeks up the middle there. As we see here, 30 Weeks taking the ball up the middle. He's willing to take on the contact to bring in a gain of about 3 or 4. You only need 3 or 4 yards a carry. You can just march down the field that way, picking up first downs.
Corner Brew from his corner spot there to make the play. Gain of 4, second down and 6. RPO, screen pass to the outside. It's caught by Juska. Ben Juska's got a first down, and he's still going right in the wave, all the way into Firebirds territory, and brought down to about the 37-yard line.
It's a great job from Juska. We saw that play earlier. Short, quick pass to him, and he's got speed. He breaks tackles pretty easily, makes a man miss on a nice juke. And that's the All-American tight end that the Thunder have come to expect, especially last year, making a good play for him here.
So now first down and 10. Weeks still in the game. Here's Thorson. They move the pocket to the left, delivers, and the pass is caught. It's going to be Ben Bonga still on his feet. Bonga inside the 25 and down all the way to the 21-yard line. That's his 5th catch of the evening.
We said we wanted to see them get that pass game going again, and they've done it so far. First to Juska, now Bonga on a nice hitch route. He finds some open space and gains some yardage.
So now they have it at the Firebirds 22. Kind of reminds you of that opening drive the Thunder had in the first quarter. They've been moving the ball with ease. And here's Thorson. Finally going to set up the screen far side, and nowhere to go for Ben Bonga. Immediately dragged down by Jared Routh.
Yeah, Routh with making a good play there. It's isolated. It's one-on-one between Bonga and him. If Routh doesn't make that play, it's a big gain, but the nickel back / linebacker, Routh, able to just have a good, solid matchup, knows what he has to do, form tackle right around the legs, and bring him down for a loss.
A call it a loss of 2 on the rare negative play for the Thunder. On an otherwise promising opening drive to start this second half. Ben Bonga, bottom of your screen. Weeks still in the game. 2nd and 12 now. And they'll hand it off. It is Giovanni Weeks. Plows ahead. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, at about the 27.
The passing game opening up the run game now. The Carthage linebackers not able to blitz like they were towards the end of the first half because the Thunder have been able to get the ball outside. And so with the linebackers waiting back, Weeks can explode through that hole and pick up some good solid yardage.
It's actually at the 17-yard line, not the 27. So now 3rd down and 5 for the Thunder, who are 3 of 7 on 3rd downs in the first half. They must get to the 12-yard line for the first. And a handoff goes. Weeks, nowhere to go. Giovanni Weeks dumped.
There is that pressure once again. Chris DeVito, he comes flying in, sheds a block, and actually didn't even get a blocker on him as they had so much pressure, more defenders than offensive players. And so that'll bring Weeks down in the backfield, and it looks like the Thunder will probably be taking the field goal here.
Yeah, you talk about Chris DeVito making some great plays. Meanwhile, there is a player down. stop play momentarily as we check to see who that is.
As we stop for the injured player, we'll just recap briefly this drive so far. We've seen the passing game open up once again for the Thunder. First to Juska, then to Bonga, and driving into the red zone, but since then has stalled out a bit with the Carthage players able to get that pressure on Weeks on these last two plays.
It's John Pettit, who was the man down, able to walk with the help of the athletic training staff, the junior at Geneva, Illinois, and he'll bring on the field goal unit. And Mateo Jesh on to attempt about a 35-yard field goal from here. Jesh already with the field goal in the first half. Kick is up. And it is right through the crossbars and in. So the Thunder marching all the way down near the red zone. And they're able to come away with 3 to take a 15-point lead with 9:41 to go in the third quarter.
Jesh sets a new career long for a field goal with 35. We mentioned we thought he had more leg in the first half, and there it was. That one going in with ease. Now the Thunder with essentially still a 2-score game, 15-point lead, will return it to the Carthage offense, which is where they felt fairly comfortable in this game. The Carthage offense has not been able to do very much against this strong showing from the Wheaton D-line.
But if you are Carthage, you don't have to panic and pass all the time. You can still run the football, albeit their rushing offense has not been the best, but they can still run it with Earl Jackson as well as Bryce Frank. If you are Coach has no need to panic and act as if the game's already over.
Absolutely. Still very close here. Plenty of time for the Firebirds, but they do absolutely need to find something from that running game right now. The Thunder have gotten a lot of penetration from just the D-line, not really needing to send many linebackers, and the Carthage not really running the ball gives the Thunder the freedom to keep those linebackers back in coverage to help bring down the passing game in turn.
By the way, it's Caleb Mary, has not really played in this season. He's on a kick. And back to Jersey. Oh, the fumble, and who's got it is the question. Just went off the hands of the returner. The Thunder say they have it. Now Fayette the Scum, as they're still sorting this one out.
And the Thunder have the football.
Wow.
Wow, that's a huge play right there, getting the ball right back essentially where they were just at about the 22-yard line. It's just one of those freak moments where it goes right through the returner's hands, and then it's just a race to the ball. And it looks like 42, I believe. So that would be Caleb McClung, able to pick up that fumble recovery. And now the Thunder offense looking to put this game away here with a big touchdown.
Yeah, it was Shalik Barnes just muffed the kickoff return. A huge mistake on special teams, and the Thunder, as you say, could find out that knockout punch. Here comes a handoff. And not that much gain there. Actually, a little bit gain there for Giovanni Weeks.
Yeah, solid, tough run from Weeks here. He gets the ball. There's not much of a hole. He's patient, waits back, and then he just goes one-on-one with the linebacker and picks up about halfway to the first down marker. So they're solidly in the red zone now.
So now 2nd down and 5 from the 17. Again, the Thunder would love that knockout punch and take advantage of Jalix Barnes' mistake. 2nd down. Again, another handoff goes. It's been Giovanni Weeks who's been taking all the carries. A swarm of Firebirds there. They'll bring up 3rd down about short.
Yeah, ton of congestion here as both linebackers come in hot. And so Weeks doesn't have much to go, or much space to go anywhere. The line doing their best to give all the push they can, but it's essentially becoming about a 7-on-5 on that offensive line side.
Nick Levy, one of the many there for the Firebirds to make the tackle. 3rd and 4 now from the 16. Thunder, again, would not like to squander an opportunity and kick a field goal. Here is Thorson looking past. It's going to be caught. It's Ben Bonga in for the touchdown.
And so with the linebackers playing up, didn't actually send those linebackers this time, elected to play pass defense, but they were so tight to the ball that they couldn't get back in time to help out on the quick slant route from Bonga. He catches it in stride and just runs cleanly into the end zone.
5th catch for Bonga, and also his 5th touchdown of the season. As we'll now bring on Mateo just for the extra point, trying to make it a 22-point game. And the kick is good. What a drive there by the Thunder, taking advantage of the turnover and cashing it in with Bonga for 6.
Yeah, absolutely. The Thunder have been waiting for that all day. This big put-away punch here as Bonga catches it, and Jalik Barnes has a shot to bring him down, but is not able. It's a tough positioning right there from behind to try to bring down the moving receiver, and Bonga's having none of it. He sees the end zone, and he will not be denied. So now the Thunder are going to kick it back to Carthage. I'm sure that they're thinking, let's not have the same return that we had last time, as it looks like they have Isaiah Bird and I believe Earl Jackson is the other one in the back to return.
Yeah, it does look like Earl Jackson is back deep to receive for the Firebirds. So Jalik Barnes not back for the Firebirds. As the return. Nowhere to go. That Thunder special team stepping up once again.
It's a great job from McClung there coming down the field. That's exactly how you want to run your kickoff defense. Everyone has their lane. If everyone sticks in their lane, doesn't get pushed out by a blocker, there's nowhere to go for a returner. And that's what we saw here. You see number 2 there, JJ Ruff, thank you, holding that contained spot, and then McClung comes in to clean up the mess and bring him down behind the 20.
So now the Firebirds offense comes back out onto the field after a 3-and-out on their opening drive to start the second half, and now starting to get a little bit desperate. Obviously the game's not out of hand just yet, but you'd like to see some progress being made. And here's low over the middle. That pass is going to be incomplete for Peter Orlandino, who was the intended receiver.
Yeah, once again, quick passes. Orlandino has it hit him in the hands for the second time today and not quite able to bring it in. It's a quick turnaround there as he's just running a spot route. Quarterback feels the pressure and has his release right there, but Orlandino not able to bring it in.
Low now 16 of 23, 141 yards. Second down and 10 with 7:59 left to go here in this third quarter. Oh, a bad snap. Lowe just has to fall on a disaster of a play for the Firebirds back inside the 5. They're not going to rule a safety, but not the play that Carthage wanted.
Absolutely not. And then it becomes a foot race between Lowe and Peter Johannick. Johannick saw it in his sights and ends up getting credited for a sack here, which is nice for his stat sheet. It's the third time today that we've seen a snap issue between the center and Lowe. Now a lot more pressure here as they're back inside their own end zone.
Yeah, last time in that first half it was for a safety. So now 3rd and a country mile from their own 3. And they'll just stay on the ground game, just trying to create as much room for the punter. And they'll get across the 5, but that's going to be about it.
Bryce Frank picking up his first carry in a while here, just to get them out of the end zone. Thunder sending a lot of pressure. Weren't quite able to get the safety they were hoping for, but they'll take the punt. And will likely start with very good field position once again.
If you are Coach Hass and the Firebirds, you got to be careful for that block punt. Got to get this one out if you really quickly to avoid it.
Yeah, absolutely. The Thunder have had a block already this year, so I'm sure they're going to be looking for that once again.
Eric Antowicz, the sophomore, to send it for Carthage. able to get this one off clean. Not the best kick. I will go out of bounds, well into Carthage territory. It looks like they'll mark him at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Wheaton's had a lot of good field position all day today to start their drives, and this is the best so far. Well, no, excuse me. Outside of the muffed kick return. But we have now the Thunder with a short field, and we have a new running back into the game for the first time, Henry Brown, out to take some carries.
104 yards on 11 carries. Last week against Elmhurst, found the end zone 3 times. Caleb Titherington in motion. And here is Thorson looking to throw, fires, passes, incomplete. He had Titherington wide open, but those two are not on the same page.
No, Thorson looking for Titherington to have a quick cutback on a hitch route here. He was wide open, as you said. Thorson throwing on the run and just not on the same page, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looked like Thorson wanted an out route, but instead Titherington was running a fly route, which is why those two were not on the same page. Now second and 10 from the 40. Here is Thorson going to set up a screen far side. That's going to be Seth Kortenhoven. And Kortenhoven plowing his way forward. That's going to be a first down.
Gotta love the toughness from the Wheaton receiving core here. We saw Bonga drag his man into the end zone last drive. Now Kortenhoven takes on the defenders and just they ride him for a good 8 yards after the contact. Good, tough running from the receiving core.
Yeah, Isaiah Bird finally there to wrap him down, but not before getting it all the way to the 27-yard line. As we approach about nearly halfway done in this third quarter. So from the 27, Henry Brown still in the game here. Stores in pressure from the side. That pass is going to be caught Titherington, but the tackle is immediately made. There's that Garrett Warner there for the Firebirds.
Yeah. Thunder get away with a bit of a hold here, but Thorson still takes a big hit, but able to pick up just a few yards and live to fight another day here on this drive. Carthage once again sending pressure on that play, which we've seen pretty much all night from these outside linebackers especially.
Thorson now 18 of 29, 229 yards and 2 touchdown passes. Of course, that last one of Ben Bonga. And here's Thorson once again going to set up a screen with Bonga. Bonga. And it looks to be a first down for Ben Bonga.
As we see on the replay here, Thorson finding Bonga on a just quick spot right there. Going to put him at the 20.
Yeah, so it's going to mark him short once again. Not the best spotting for me.
It's all good. Tough to see on opposite sides of the field. And now 3rd and short. See if Henry Brown gets his first carry of the day. Pressure coming.
So 3rd down and 3 from the 20. Thorson once again throwing that pass. It's going to be caught. First down, a lot more. It's Ben Juska still on his feet. Juska, he'll mark him, looks like short of the end zone. He's wanting his first touchdown of the season, but what a rumble there from Juska.
Juska very offended. This is a great job. Thorson sees the pressure coming, has a quick audible to the quick out to Juska. Juska in wide open space. He's going to give a good stiff arm. Just shove that man out of the way, Jalik Barnes. Ooh, and he was real close to the end zone. He would have loved to have that touchdown.
It does set up first down and goal from the 1, with Henry Brown still in the ball game.
Brown deep in the tailback spot here.
Yeah, somewhat condensed formation for the Thunder. You have Caleb Titherington in motion. Here's Thorson throwing the passes. Caught for the touchdown. It is Ben Juska who finally finds the end zone here in this season.
Yeah. Very frustrated he couldn't get on the last play, but we'll give you another shot here, Ben, as you get open into the end zone for a touchdown in the back corner. The run fake does just enough to make the linebackers bite, and that leaves Juska wide open in the back right corner as the safety's just chasing from behind.
Yeah, 24 catches, 331 yards, and 5 touchdowns last year. And finally finds the end zone for the Thunder. It's been mostly Ben Bonga, Caleb Titherington, and Giovanni Weeks gaining the scores, but finally Jessica gets to go in the party as that extra point is good. And now the Thunder start to sense the momentum. It feels like Thunder's football leading 36-7.
Yeah, this is getting back to what we're used to between the Thunder and Carthage. Another touchdown there makes it a 4-score game now, and Carthage feels like they're watching this game slip away from their grasp. The Thunder have won 12 straight against Carthage coming into this year. Now looking like it's going to be 13. It's another good streak against a CCIW team. Thunder have had just a long string of success here, which has helped to really set that culture here for the Wheaton football team.
And the last time the Firebirds beat the Thunder was back in 2009. That was a 35-30 win for Carthage, but again, it's been dominated by the Thunder, as you said. And now with 3:32 left to go, a little bit of urgency now being sensed for Bryce Lowe in the offense. Once again, it is Caleb Mary to kick. And back to three. Oh my goodness, almost another fumble, but able to recover and trying to get as much as he can. He'll get across the 20 and be brought down, and it looks like at about the 24-yard line. Nearly another disaster there on the return game for Earl Jackson.
Isaiah Bird. But yes, looks like people just trying to do a little bit too much. You just have to do your job. That's all that you can do. Just trying to overthink, take it into your own hands, and then essentially create all of the points for yourself, and nearly caused another disaster as Carthage comes in still behind the 25-yard line once again.
Again, Carthage had 4 turnovers last week against North Park, despite out-yarding the Vikings. The pass to the outside, that's going to be caught. And across the 25. A solid gain there for Carthage.
As we'll see on the replay here, just another quick pass. That's been their whole offensive philosophy here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly, just into some open space, short yardage plays, which the Thunder are willing to take. In a zone defense, that under 5 yards is the no-fly zone. You just sort of let that go, and we won't let you get any farther.
Gain of 3 on first down, and this time a handoff goes, and a nice carry across the 30. It was Bryce Frank who took it.
Bryce Frank getting another carry here. He hasn't had a ton overall. We see here he gets outside. Peter Johannick, the defensive end from the opposite side, able to catch him, just chase him down and bring him down for the tackle, but still a first down.
First down and 10.
So now empty out the backfield with Bryce Lowe. Finally getting a first down, trying to get some momentum back. Here's Lowe. Again, another screen is set, barely caught, and not really that much gained. And another nice play by that Thunder's defense.
It's a great job by the defensive back, reading that right away. We mentioned earlier on a bubble screen, it's one-on-one between that cornerback and the other receiver. If he makes that block, it goes for yardage. If not, it's a tackle for loss. This time, we see Max Wilson not getting beat. He is able to keep that defender on his inside and able to bring the tackle.
Officially a loss of 3 on first down. Now 2nd and 13 from the 30 with nearly 90 seconds left to go here in this third quarter, and it'll be a handoff. Trying to get as much of the lost yardage back.
What a play scraping down from Peter Johannick right there. The defensive end, he reads it right away and just cuts inside with a great move to bring down
Earl
Jackson in the backfield. Another tackle for loss from Johannick.
Now 3rd down and 13 for Carthage. They must get to their own 43 to pick up a first down so far. 2 of 8 on 3rd down conversions. Nightingale showing some pressure. And they will bring it. Lowe has to get it out quickly. That pass is caught, but going to be well short of the first down. Now bring on the punting unit.
Yeah, the Thunder sending both outside linebackers. Becomes 5-on-5, but the speed of a linebacker going up against a pretty large offensive tackle. That's a tough matchup, and so it forces the quarterback low to get rid of it real quick, and they've got no shot at picking up the 15 that they needed.
That was Earl Jackson who had the catch, but getting well short of the first down. So there's about a 5-second differential between game clock and play clock. And here comes Seth Kornhoven on the return, trying to get some blockers out in front. And Kornhoven able to get it into Firebirds territory, staying on his feet. Kornhoven finally dragged down by the shoestrings, but not before getting a really nice return for the Thunder.
He's going to add on to that 25 yards per return that he had coming into this game. He entered today ranked in the top 5 in yards per return on punts, and he's had a lot more yardage that he's picked up today. Looking to get into the top 3 and maybe the top spot here by the end of the day.
He's actually second in Division III in punt return averages at 25.7.
Block in the back, number 41 on the return team. 10 yards from the end from the spot of the foul. First down.
Unfortunately, it won't count as that block in the back there from Luca Torti. And so the Thunder will end up starting the farthest back that they've been in a while for an opening drive, or for a opening spot on the drive. Overall, the Thunder offense has come alive, certainly in this half, with a quick 2 touchdowns, and they'll look to continue that here from the 25.
They have a 36-7 lead as we're about set for the fourth quarter. For that, Timothy Financial Council is proud to support Wheaton College Athletics. Their offices in Wheaton and Chicago have financial planners who are very invested in the Wheaton community and want to help clients plan for the future. Interested in learning more about how hourly financial planning can help you? Check out their website at timothyfinancial.com. And as you said, the Thunder have been just on a roll here in this fourth quarter, looking a lot cleaner than they did in the first half. Especially being able to execute inside the red zone. So now from the 25-yard line. Oh, bad snap there. Thorson just has to fall on it. Another disaster for the Wheaton offense.
Yeah, center to quarterback relations have not been at an all-time high here today, as we've seen a few from Carthage, and now the All-American center Trevor Gabriel for the Thunder just a little low, and Thorson's not quite able to recover, putting the Thunder back to a 2nd and 20. Never a good place to be.
Now from the 16-yard line, got Ben Bonga in motion. So here is Sorsen going to fire it over the middle. He's got Ben Juska. First down for Juska all the way to the 40-yard line, able to overcome that lost yardage and get a lot more than some.
Juska having a day now, as that'll be his 5th catch, and he has just exploded here, wide open on that slant route, and able to bring it up to the 40-yard line.
Will actually be his 7th catch.
7th catch. My stats are way off.
It's okay. Does have that.
I have a partner.
Still trying to get over 100 yards though, as it now brings it up to the 39-yard line. Juska again in motion, and they will hand it off. And Weeks able to get across the 40, fighting through tacklers.
Tough physical run again from Weeks. He is able to shed the first defender and the second, but finally brought down there by Routh to finish the play.
And if you are the Thunder, you lead by 29. All you're focused on is just trying to run out this clock. Since you do have that lead, just making sure that you don't make any mistakes. So just turn the ball over any bad snaps. Here's again Thorson rolling to his right. Jump pass is caught. Are they going to say it's in bounds? No, it's going to be incomplete though.
No, they ruled a catch.
Oh, wow.
Is he overruled? I don't know. We have conflicting signals from our refs here. And overall, they are going to give him a catch. That's a great job there. You see the rollout here from Thorson on not his cleanest spiral, but he's able to find the receiver who just toe taps it in. That was
Seth
Kortenhoven making a very athletic grab right there.
And the first referee who was nearby said no, incomplete. And he had a far referee that said, actually, no, it's a catch. Now from the 46-yard line. And a flag, and it looks like to be a false start.
False start. Offense. Number 68. 5 yards, still first down.
68 will be the new tackle into the game. Parker Rogers, the junior out of Spring, Texas. The Thunder now with the 4-score lead, bringing in their second strings on the line. And they get Rogers to flinch there to make it first and long.
So now from the 49-yard line. And already up 29. They'll hand it off to Giovanni Leaks. But he's going to be stopped. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle being made by Garrett Warner of the Firebirds.
Yeah, the senior linebacker making a nice tackle right at the shoestrings here. Weeks tries to get outside, and he sheds the first defender, but just a nice wraparound tackle right at the shins there from Warner to keep the Thunder at a second and very long.
It's now second down. Here's Thorson looking to throw, lobs it, passes. Are they going to say it's a catch? Nope, they say incomplete. It was intended for Juska. Thorson wanted him, but it does fall incomplete.
Good ball from Thorson here. It's just broken up off of a good solid play by the defender here. I believe that was number 1, Jalik Barnes, who has a great job just flying over and getting his hand in there. Break up the long pass.
Thunder are 5 of 10 on third down, but they do face 3rd and 16 as they must get to the Carthage 36-yard line for the first down. Only a 3-man rush here. Is Thorson going to air it out deep, and the pass is incomplete, though, for Kortenhoven. And it'll bring up 4th down and likely the punt unit.
Yeah, once again, just a little too high for Kortenhoven. Plenty of time in the pocket for Thorson. And he has the aggressive instinct going for the deep ball. Kortenhoven could have been just smoked on that play by the defender. But instead, just out of his hands, and it'll go to 4th down punt.
It'll be Nate Toffenlawn to send it away for the Thunder. And that one will be fielded. And staying on his feet is Garrett Warner. And as Warner spinning, he's going to get it right near the 20-yard line. And that will bring out this Carthage offense.
One of those long, Jordan Wiles, yes, ran a lot of yards to not pick up very many yards. Just back and forth trying to evade the mass of Thunder defenders there. And now Carthage comes out at the 18-yard line with a long field to go and not much time to do it.
And now that you're down by 29, kind of forced to pass the ball to stay in this ball game. Earl Jackson in motion. They will toss it to him on a little push pass. Jackson going to follow his blockers as he goes out of bounds.
Trying to have Jackson pick up speed prior to the pass here with having him in motion, but running into the short side of the field, there's not much space for him as the safety Cannon comes down and does a great job of just swallowing that play up before there's really anywhere to go.
Only gain of 3 on first down. Now brings up 2nd and 7 from the 21. And so here is Lowe looking to throw, and that pass low, and they'll say incomplete, says the near judge. Brings up 3rd down.
Tons of pressure here from the Thunder defense, sending even a corner in on this play. Or no, that was the safety, but regardless, it puts man-to-man on every receiver here, but with so much pressure, Lowe doesn't have the time to wait back and try to hit his receivers in stride. Throws it short, and they don't have a way of connecting.
It's now 3rd and 7 for the Firebirds. They're 2 of 9 on third down conversions in this game. Low pressure, able to dump it off to the back, and nowhere to go for Jordan Wiles, immediately brought down.
Johnny Eller making a great play there. He sees that it's one-on-one in open space, and he has the skills to make the tackle. Wiles tries to make a cutback, but Eller's forearm's just a little bit too strong. Takes one step too far, but he's still able to drag him down. Now it looks like Carthage will punt, essentially acknowledging that 4th and 9 is too far, even if they're down by 4 scores.
Not the best punt, sort of a line drive. It'll be Seth Kornhoven. Nowhere to go. Nice tackle is made. Tommy King for the Firebirds gets credited.
It's a great job from King there. Just no stoppage. Just flying right through, making the tackle on Kortenhoven, who's had a great day returning punts, but he didn't have anywhere to go that time.
So Coach Scott opting to keep the offense out there, including Ben Thorson and the first stringers, including Giovanni Weeks as well. The Thunder comfortably leading by 4 scores. On RPO, they hand it off right up the middle. Giovanni Weeks going to be stopped about a yard or 2 shy of the first down, and now we do have an injured player out on the field.
Weeks, as we see on this replay, just hits the hole hard, and there is not much that Carthage's defender can do. He's just sort of along for the ride for a good 8-yard gain.
Timeout on the play. The injured player being attended to. And we'll step aside for a moment. So if you're Coach Haas and the Carthage Firebirds, obviously you're down 36-7, but obviously there are signs that you could perhaps compete in the first half, and obviously, but there is still a lot to take away.
Yeah. Certainly some positives shown by the Firebirds in the first half, but this is where the Thunder sort of have separated themselves here in the second half. A lot of youth on the Firebirds roster here, as their main offensive weapons so far. One of them, Earl Jackson, true freshman. The main running back, Bryce Frank, only a sophomore. Lowe, a junior now. It's been, it's learning curves for all of them as they adjust into the CCIW competition, which is fierce for sure.
It was Boston Bauer who was able to limp off the field off his own power, so good to see that he's still good. And under 9:30 to go here. First, 2nd and 3. And here is Thorson. Going to dial up a deep ball for Giovanni Weeks, and he's got him. All gas, no brakes, and into the end zone for the touchdown.
Add to that touchdown record for Gio Weeks. He's matched up one-on-one in man coverage against a linebacker and shows off the speed this time for a long touchdown.
That'll be his 2nd of the day. Already had one through the ground game and now has one through the air. It looks only extend this Thunder's lead.
We'll get to see after this extra point, the replay looked like it was man coverage, Weeks against a middle linebacker on an out wheel route. That's a tough matchup for any linebacker to go against Weeks.
Mateo Jesh on, and the kick is good. So the Thunder strike off a Giovanni Weeks touchdown reception from quarterback Ben Thorson.
Yep, there's the wheel route, and it's not the middle linebacker. It's actually DeVito here, who has had a very solid day overall, but this time bites run or comes in initially, doesn't recognize that Weeks is going out for the wheel and turns it upfield, and then he's caught chasing as Weeks easily cruises into the end zone.
Weeks now with 183 yards, scrimmage yards, combining both his rushing and his receiving stats, and obviously that long touchdown helping out. A 43-7 advantage with 9:18 left to go in the fourth quarter. And obviously for the Firebirds, they scored on their first drive, but they've not shown any signs on offense. This Thunder's defense, give them credit for the way they performed.
It's Caleb Mary ready to kick it off once again for the Thunder.
And a fair catch is signal inside the 10, and the Firebirds going to start from their own 25. And we'll see if Bryce Lowe stays in the ball game here on a 43-7 lead for the Thunder.
Getting to see some of the second team defense here for the Thunder as Andrew Pertrica is out, the junior defensive back. Also getting to see, looks like Carson Chow, the junior out of North Carolina, in a corner.
So Bryce Lowe is still in the game, looking to take off and run, and there goes Lowe, tackled from behind. But there is a flag on the play.
It's a good job from Lowe, immediately recognizing probably a QB draw here. Just turning it upfield quickly, getting dragged down from behind, maybe a horse collar.
Personal foul, horse collar. Number 54 on the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
They'll go against Peter Johannick of the Thunder. And obviously, if you're a coach, you're in your 6th year with the Firebirds. You're coming off of 2 straight 3-7 seasons. You have not had a winning record since 2017. That was under Coach Yeager, his final year. He's obviously now at Chattanooga, but still just trying to sort out the growing pains if you are Coach Hass and just trying to establish yourself as a good program.
Yeah, you know, tough to build for sure. A football team here for any coach, especially in a real tough division here in the CCIW, or a tough conference, I mean, with North Central, with Wheaton, with Wash U, just a lot
Timeout, Carthage.
A lot of strong programs.
Meanwhile, for the Thunder, obviously, should pick up the win, which will improve them to 5-1 on the season. And we were talking about this in the North Central game. As long as the Thunder can win out, that includes beating WashU, that includes beating Millikan, and they can go 9-1. They have themselves a legitimate chance of making the playoffs and being that second team out of the CCIW. Obviously, North Central likely to run away with the conference, being that they're the #1 ranked team in the country and have the best receiver, D'Angelo Hardy, as well as one of the best dual-threat quarterbacks in Luke Laney. But Thunder, if they can just do their job and win out, they have a good chance to make the playoffs.
Absolutely. There is certainly a limited number of at-large bids, but as a 9-1 team with their only loss coming to the #1 team in the country, Wheaton certainly has a very strong argument to be one of those few at-large teams.
Now from the 44-yard line, 8:49 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Have Earl Jackson in motion. Here is Lowe. Looking near side, that pass is caught by Gibson Groves, trying to make a move. Groves still going down the sideline. There goes Gibson Groves. So finally able to score the touchdown for the first time since scoring in the first quarter.
Yeah, Gibson Groves hasn't had a huge day so far, but they're finally able to break free here, picking up his second touchdown of the year. Although there is a flag on the play, so we'll see what that is.
Personal foul, blindside block, number 28 on the offense. 15 yards from the spot of the foul, first down.
So we'll wipe off the touchdown, the penalty going against Jordan Wiles, who does have that touchdown off the opening drive.
We'll see here, Groves able to beat Chow in a one-on-one, just jukes him out. And there's the blindside block you see on the replay that he's going to call this one back. Unfortunate for Carthage. Block really was unnecessary. Groves already had the man beat. Would have been a touchdown regardless, and now instead those points are wiped off the board.
Now go So now the Firebirds will start from their own 45 after that penalty, which is unfortunate if you are a Firebirds fan. And this time they will hand it off, and being tripped up, it looks like behind the line of scrimmage, they'll really go for Earl Jackson.
A lot of excitement from Isaac Parrish here. You've got two pulling guards, and as part of that scheme, you'll have the other lineman try to down block into the hole that the guards are leaving. Parrish being one of those people that's supposed to be down blocked, but he does not care. He still beats that. He's just a little faster than the block coming in. He's able to wrap up around the shins and bring down the running back for a loss.
Under 8 and change now to go here in this fourth quarter. Thunder dominating 43-7. Empty out the backfield once again for Bryce Lowe. Looking, pass is incomplete. It went in and out of the hands, looks like, of Jordan Wiles. And it brings up third down.
Yeah, Wiles, their leading receiver coming into the day, hits him right in the hands and can't bring it in. That's the third or fourth time we've seen that out of Carthage. Once again, just thinking of running before finishing the catch.
Carthage, they've been struggling on third downs now, 2 of 10. So far this game, they do have 3rd and 9. .7:45 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Got Denari Ritchie in motion. Pass is caught, but it's going to be well short of the first down. It's Max Wilson wrapping him up as Earl Jackson dumps short of the first.
Great tackle here from Wilson. Once again, in the zone scheme, you're going to let that underneath ball be caught and then just rally to the football here. We see Wilson bringing him down. McClung not far behind. Just good defensive execution from the Thunder.
So it's 4th down and 8, and the Firebirds offense still out there on the field. They were 1 of 5 on 4th down conversion last season. And it's a pooch kick instead by Lowe, and that'll be down across the 25, so that's where the Thunder will start. We've seen Luke Lanen of the Cardinals do that a couple of times. Now Bryce Lowe showing off his kicking abilities.
Solid punt from the quarterback there, putting the Thunder right around the 25 to start it off. And it looks like we'll see a new quarterback in for the Thunder, I believe. Yes, that's Xavier Jones in to get his turn to lead the offense alongside Henry Brown at running back.
Yeah, Ben Thorson, really solid numbers. 24 of 37, 339 yards, and 4 passing touchdowns. A low snap, and Xavier Jones on a busted play, trying to make the most of it. He's going to lose yards instead.
Not exactly the way he wanted his day to start off there with Jones. Snap here, hits him in the hands, and then it's just sort of panic mode. Try to salvage as many yards as you can.
Yeah, saw Garrett Warner there to wrap up Jones. Of course, the junior out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, serving as the primary backup to Ben Thorson, has played sparingly against Illinois Wesleyan. Of course, saw some action last week against Elmhurst in the blowout. 2nd down and 14 now. They roll the pocket to the left. Jones fires in the pass. It looks to be caught.
Lefty quarterback on the rollout here, able to find the open man. Just quick spot route once again, and pick up just a few yards.
Yes, Thomas Grubner, the sophomore, who originally was listed as quarterback in his freshman year, now switches over to receiver to get some playing time. So 3rd down and 8 now for Jones. And the Wheaton offense. Henry Brown comes back in the backfield. On a 4-man rush, here is Jones trying to buy some time. Fires the pass. Is going to be incomplete. Not necessarily sure who he was trying to target. Davis Reeves was the closest to the ball.
Yeah, looks like we had some sort of miscommunication here. Jones maybe would have been better served just running this one, but throws it, doesn't connect, and so now the punt team will come back out for the Thunder. Carthage with less than 6 minutes to play here. just hoping to find a little bit of a spark on offense, looking to take into next week.
And rather a high punt that is out of bounds, so give Carthage some really good field position.
Yeah, not exactly what the Thunder were looking for there out of Toffelon, as the Redbirds will start off, or sorry, Firebirds will start off in Wheaton territory at the 45.
And we were talking a little bit about the rushing defense for the Thunder and Coach Nightingale. Against Augustana, they gave up 248 rushing yards. And then they go up against North Central. They gave up 447 rushing yards. That's 695 yards, rushing yards combined. And then you talk about that win against Elmer's, only 23 rushing yards allowed. And then in this game, only 16.
Yeah.
Actually, 13 rushing yards allowed.
Absolutely. Some adjustments being made, and especially looking at the defensive line. Seeing them just clogging up the run lanes, a ton of upfield pressure.
Here's Bryce Lowe looking to take the deep shot, and the pass is going to be caught and dragged down inside the 5. It's Jackson Westmoreland who comes up with the play.
Touchdown saving tackle there from Chow. Stop him at the 1, but as we'll see on the replay here, the safety who's supposed to be there to help just falls down. 36 here, Colin Moore, and he came up a little too hot. As the deep safety, you've got to have nothing get past you. Everything's got to be in front of you there in cover 2. He falls down, and the Firebirds are in business here inside the 2.
But playing cover 2, that middle of the field will be open, and if you can throw it accurately, you'll get a big play I seen right there. Low out of the back with an empty backfield, and the play clock was running down.
Delay game, offense. 5 yards from the previous spot, still first down.
You just can't have that as a Firebirds fan. You finally get it close to the red zone, or close to the end zone, and immediately you give up a free 5 yards.
So now they'll have it first down and goal from the 8. And we were talking a little bit about that rushing defense. Obviously, some people may argue, well, the Thunder defense played against some really bad opponents, but give kudos to the Thunder defense. Obviously, they're not letting it get to their head. They're playing as if it's a new week.
Yeah, absolutely. You can only control what you can control.
Here is Lowe looking for the end zone, and the pass going to be incomplete.
Nowhere to really go for that one. Just trying to throw it into the back corner of the end zone. But as we were saying, you can only control what you can control, and week to week making adjustments as the Thunder defense, recognizing the ways that they had been getting taken advantage of, really, from Augustana and North Central, and showing some strong signs of growth over the last 2 weeks between this Elmhurst game and last week's Elmhurst game and this Carthage game.
So it's now second down and 8 from the 8. 4:19 left to go. Again, Carthage would love to score, get their first touchdown since scoring on their opening drive. And now it looks like a timeout is going to be taken by the Firebirds.
Timeout, Wheaton, their first of the half.
Maybe some miscommunications on what the defensive play call was for Wheaton. So this close to the end zone and this late in the game, no point in saving the timeouts. You've got to make sure that you solidify what you want to have happen here, and then hopefully take advantage make a stop.
For Giovanni Weeks, 128 yards on 22 carries. Of course, that rushing touchdown. And I always have this question. I mean, there's a lot of great players that play for Wheaton. I mean, we talked about Chuck Shane here, Solo Olatechu, as well as Keith Bishop, the quarterback who played a really long time ago. But you could make the argument that Giovanni Weeks is the best player to have ever played for the Thunder, period.
Yeah, I mean, you absolutely have a strong argument there. I mean, the record books would certainly indicate the amount of touchdowns, the amount of yards that Weeks has had, just a ton of success overall.
And they'll toss it inside. And not really that much gain there for Colin Duran, who was on the receiving end of that pass from Zimmerman.
Yeah. Weeks overall, I mean, there's not much left to prove. I mean, he's done basically everything. The only thing left is just getting that playoff run. Hopefully, Thunder are able to get that at-large bid here and make a run into the playoffs and see Gio Weeks have some strong playoff showcases this year.
So it's now 3rd down and 6 under 3:45 to go here. Bryce Lowe back in the game, throws it quickly to the near side. That pass is going to be caught and fighting for the first down.
They end up going into with motion. It ends up being quads. Tons of receivers out to block for the screenplay, but the Thunder defense rallies fantastically and is able, not great effort on the blocks from the Carthage receivers, and so they're able to bring them up short, and so it'll be 4th and goal from the 3 now.
Jordan Wiles was there on that receiving end, coming up with his 10th catch of the ball game. Carthage and Coach Haas opting to go for it on 4th down. Thunder trying to shut him out of the end zone, and a timeout's going to be taken.
Timeout. Wheaton. They're 2nd of the half.
Of course, if you're the Firebirds, what can you take away from this performance?
Well, strong defensive showing in the first half for sure, and seen some signs of life here in this drive in the offense. Pretty great play to Gibson Groves that was called back, but overall certainly a lot of work to do. But this is just a tough Wheaton football team to go up against. Sometimes you just face really great teams, and that's how it goes.
Firebirds will be up against will have 3 consecutive home games, being Illinois, Wesleyan, Carroll, and Augustana, and then they end off the season with Milliken on the road on November 11th. 4th down and 3 now. Here's Lowe looking to throw. Pass is going to be caught, and it'll be a touchdown. It's Jackson Westmoreland, the sophomore, in for 6.
First touchdown of the year for Westmoreland, and he has a good slant route there. Yes, they are going to kick. Okay, so Westmoreland able to have, on a 4th down play, it all rides on that. The defense has looked like they were playing back a little bit. So on a quick slant, you're able to have just that second of separation there. Correction, they're not going to be kicking. They're going for 2 here, as we see them line up in the empty set.
Yeah, Bryce Lowe out of the empty backfield. They'll try to go for 2. He throws. That pass is going to be incomplete, though. There's also a flag back near where Lowe was taken down.
He had a lot of pressure in his face there. Wheaton sent 7. We'll see what the flag is.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 24 on the defense. Half the distance to the goal, replay the try.
It goes against Clayton Reeves, a 5th-year senior out of Lubbock, Texas.
And so now Carthage will get to have their 2-point try from the 1. A lot of pressure there, forcing Lowe to get rid of it quickly. See if they run a similar play or if they try to just muscle it in with a running play.
Instead of Bryce Lowe, instead it's William Zimmerman who's in the game, that dual threat quarterback option. Low snap, Zimmerman going to try to take it himself. Now he fumbles it. Regardless of what the result is, the 2-point conversion is no good for the Firebirds.
Snaps once again being an issue. That's something they'll certainly be working on next week in practice. There's that touchdown play on the replay once again. Chow playing on his outside shoulder of the receiver. And that is not able to break up the touchdown.
There was a flag on the play, by the way.
The try was no good. After the try, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 48 on the defense. The penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. That is 48's first unsportsmanlike toward ejection.
That'll be against Isaac Parrish of the Thunder.
It's not what you want to see for Coach Scott. Late in the game like this one's pretty well out of hand. Just discipline there. You don't want to see Parrish, the the junior this year making unnecessary penalties like that. But overall, won't really have much of an impact on this one.
And for the Thunder, they'll have 2 straight road games after this, Carroll and Milliken, and then, of course, WashU, the final home game of the regular season. That'll be played on Family Weekend, November 4th, and then off to North Park to end the regular season. And again, if the Thunder can win all of these games, they have themselves a really good chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that Family Weekend game against WashU, last home game, likely to be a very fun one here that you can catch here on WTSN once again. But as you said, just do your job and win out as a Thunder.
249, a high kick. We taken for a fair catch. And now the Thunder going to start from their own 25. And we'll likely see Xavier Jones once again. And I don't think if you're a Thunders fan, obviously you're nationally ranked and you've been historically good. There's no doubt that the question is whether the Thunder are going to make the playoffs. It's what are the Thunder going to do in the postseason? What is the result going to be? Is it going to kind of be like last year where you were one and done with Bethel, or are they going to make a deep playoff run like they did in 2019 under the final year of Coach Schweiner?
Yeah, they're certainly hoping. Coach Scott certainly hoping for that deep run in the playoffs, reminiscent of the 2019 season where they made it to the quarterfinals last year, just down to the wire in a game against Bethel.
And really nice carry, and look at this. Across the 40, Henry Brown has not really played until now, able to get it right near the 46-yard line.
The second team running back here showing up in a big way off of a big gain here. The Henry Brown had the 100-yard game last week, didn't get the carries to try to match that this week, but showed some explosiveness on that play.
Under 2:30 left to go here, 43-13. And this time another carry goes for Brown. Trying to keep the legs churning as he takes it right near midfield with Tanner Ludwig there closing in on the tackle.
Brown getting another carry here. The Thunder just trying to run out the clock, so should see a lot of runs here until they're able to just potentially kneel it down. But Brown, also physical, very much similar to Giovanni Weeks. Just he'll take the hits and try to keep those legs churning.
Under 2 minutes now left to go here in this fourth quarter. Xavier Jones out of the shotgun, another bad snap. He throws, and the pass is going to be caught near side.
Good catch from Grupner there with his second catch of the day. Just keep the line moving. Clock stops briefly for the first down, but they should, once the ball's spotted, try to run down as much clock as they can before snapping the ball.
And this time a handoff goes. It'll be Brown trying to pick his lane. Henry Brown gets across the 35-yard line. And again, that clock continues to run. Carthage not wanting to use a timeout given how far the deficit is for them.
Yeah, Brown being patient here, just taking his spots where it is, waiting for the hold to develop, and then going down after another solid gain of 7 yards.
And with over 470 yards tonight. And another carry goes. It will be Brown, low on the shoulder. It's across the 25-yard line.
It's a good hit there that Brown delivers on this linebacker. You see, gets the ball, just stiff arms one man into the ground, and we see Isaiah Bird. He's able to bring him down, but he gets run over in the process. That's a good feeling for the running back for sure.
Under 40 seconds to go. And this likely final drive for either team. And Jones once again nearly had trouble with the snap, flushed out to his right, and he will take off. Xavier Jones inside the 10, the 5, and he will score. Touchdown Thunder. As the bench happy for their backup quarterback, Xavier Jones, in for his second touchdown of the season. Remember, had one last week against Elmhurst. As you can see, J.J. Ruff excited for his quarterback right there.
Yeah, one in the air last week. Now he gets one on the ground. Once again, bobbles the snap, but it just gives him enough time to see the opening on the outside, and he uses those wheels to just scamper right into the end zone.
Extra point now by Caleb Mary, who was the primary kicker last season. And so the kick is good, so the Thunder back-to-back 50 burgers. With 61 points being put up last week against Elmhurst, and now 50 here tonight against Carthage. Obviously, really good offensive showing, and of course, the defense, give them credit as well. Allowed that opening drive for a touchdown, but they have been stifled.
Yeah, nothing since that first drive. Overall, just a strong showing on all sides of the ball overall, which, you know, you expect when you put up 50 and only give up 7. Just a great day of Thunder football here on this Saturday night.
And with the win, the Thunder are going to improve to 5-1 on the season, 4-1 in CCIW play. Still tied with Augustana for the number 2 spot, but again, they hold the head-to-head advantage over the Vikings, and also the Vikings still have to play, even though they did beat WashU, who got a vote in the coaches' poll. It was actually ranked 25th. They do have to take on Luke Lane and the Cardinals, and so far no one is stopping Luke Lane and D'Angelo Hardy. Be Mateo Jesh to send it for the Thunder. With now 22 seconds left to go. And the return will be received inside the 20 and trying to break free. And finally being dragged. And nope, still going.
All right. Oh.
And now there's a flag on the play. She had Isaiah Bird running all over the place.
Certainly a late hit there from the Carthage players. We'll see what the flag officially is, but good effort from Bird going back and forth on the return.
Just trying to sort out this penalty with 9 seconds left to go.
During the return, personal foul, number 44 on the return team, blindside block. 15 yards from the spot of the foul, first down.
We'll go against Jeff Cronin, the freshman linebacker. He's the one that's called for the penalty.
That was, yeah, once again, just the game's out of hand. No need to have that type of hit here. As we'll get this replay of the return, Bird doing everything he can. Won't go down at first, but eventually the Thunder are able to rally, bring him down. And so this game will end after a play, maybe 2.
And they'll just hand it off inside. Not that much gain there for Bryce Frank, and that will indeed run out the clock. The Thunder get the win 50-13 over their CCIWs, the Carthage Firebirds, who now fall to 1-5 on the season.
And so overall, the Thunder with a pretty resounding win, 50-13. Peter Johannick leading the team with 8 tackles there, but certainly Giovanni Weeks putting on a show, over 100 yards once again, 2 more touchdowns to add to his record total, and it just a good solid day for the Thunder.
For Ben Bonga as well, went over 100 yards, 8 catches, $116, had a touchdown. Of course, Ben Thorson, 4 touchdown passes. 1 went to Bonga, another went to Juska, as you said, Giovanni Weeks, and then Griffin Krupp. Forgot about him in the first quarter, getting involved early on. Meanwhile, for the Thunder defense, Peter Johannick making some plays, leading all Wheaton players in tackles with 8, as well as that tackle for loss. Overall, a really good team effort by the Thunder, getting that win, proving to 5-1. As you said, as long as they can do their job, not worry about the other teams, and win out, they have themselves a really, I mean, the committee cannot deny the Thunder, given the resume that they put out there, the fact that they're nationally ranked in both the D3.com AP poll as well as the coaches poll.
Yeah, absolutely. Strong showings from the Thunder and a bright future ahead, hopefully, for the rest of this season. We will be back on WTSN for the next home game, family weekend against Wash U on November 4th. And overall, just a good, solid game on this Saturday night.
Alongside Noah Houston, I'm Aiden Kong, signing off on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network.